What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. Long time no see. This is Unitedverse, everybody. I am your host, Sean. And you know what? I had some time to kill today, so I thought, why the hell not? Why don't we just do another watch along for one of these World Cup matches? I'm probably going to be MIA tomorrow. I got a lot going on tomorrow, so I might not even get to watch the match tomorrow. I don't even know off the top of my head who it is. But today we had some time. So we're going to do it. We've got about a half hour till kickoffs. The team news is scrolling along the bottom of the screen, as you can see there, with the captains included as well. It is France-Morocco. It is a replay of the 2022 semifinal, I believe. So that could be fun. But I told you guys, look out for Morocco. But yes, France-Morocco World Cup quarterfinals are here in full. Had a little bit of a day off yesterday. If you didn't watch the kickabout last night, and Dylan, Ian, and I had a fun little chat on midfielders, on the summer window, what we need to see from Ineos, all this kind of chit-chat. We had a fun little discussion. Seems like you guys really enjoyed it too. So everybody who got involved in that, awesome, thank you. We're going to talk about a little bit more transfer news today before we get this kickoff started, because we do have about half hour or so. But yeah, guys, make sure you're liking. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you guys are new as well. We are on the road to 4K. We'd love to get there before the end of the summer. I'm going to leave you with an intro, and I will be right back in a hot second. Don't you just love the intro? The problem is I want to have to add more photos and stuff to it. And there's a chance it could get longer, or I'm going to have to completely change it, which is just going to cost money. So I want to try to squeeze as much as I can out of that intro. But it is fun to keep adding stuff to it. Let me get involved in the chat. Let me see who's involved in the chat. Full disclosure, right off the bat, I might have to dip out for a hot second to answer a phone call. So if that happens, I will just mute the mic and let you guys talk amongst yourselves. But we'll see. If there's not a phone call, then there's not a phone call. But who's in the chat? Let's see here. Ian's in the house. Big up, Ian. Hope you're doing well. Yes, have a great show. Watching it with the family. It's a full family experience when Ian's got World Cup going on, man. The Bazzi in the house. Poor Santos getting all the hate from United fans. You know what? Yeah, we had a chat about that yesterday too. So I also, if you're a Legends member, I did do a deep dive in-depth video on Andre Santos. I just posted that a couple hours ago. You guys, if you're Legends members, you go ahead and check that out. It'll go live for everybody else tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that one. But yeah, deep dive of Andre Santos, what kind of midfielder he is. Look at some numbers, and then kind of look at him compared to Casemiro, because the big question, is he a full-on Casemiro replacement, or maybe do we need another Casemiro replacement? No spoilers. Go check out the video if you haven't yet. But welcome to Bassi. Hope you are doing really well. Danny B's in the house. Big up, Danny B. I did give Danny B a shout out in that video as well. If guys have paid attention, and eagle-eyed members who have seen that video will have no doubt seen that already. But yeah, big up, Danny. Hope you're doing well. I'm just laughing that, because, if anything, Chelsea fans just completely seeing their ass about it is about the best indicator as well. Again, go check out the video if you haven't yet. But speaking of transfers, why don't we chat a little bit about some transfer news that we got today? Because, again, things are kicking off, man. The ball seems to have started rolling as we head into the weekend. I know Dylan spoke about it last night on this whole concept of, getting some momentum going in the window. Seems like, Ederson back, Andre Santos, all that kind of stuff. Ederson medical is being handled. I think I've read that it's pretty much done and dusted. Andre Santos, all done and dusted. Apparently signing tomorrow, Andre Santos, which is just nuts. You remember when we signed Donny van de Beek, and nobody like heard a thing about it, and then literally the last a day after, it was a little rumor, it happened. It was just boom, 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 completely done. That's what this Andre Santos thing kind of feels like on its face. Now, we know that we've been watching him for a while. Christopher Vavell knows him pretty well from his time at Chelsea. He's the one who brought him to Chelsea. I think it was for less than 20 million. So seems like United maybe listened to Christopher Vavell in this one, which is fine. You need to do that because you pay these people. He's a very good eye for talent. Why not? And his Rolodex alone is worth millions. But yeah, go check out the in-depth look on Andre Santos. But it has also seemed like we have maybe found our backup keeper to replace Altai Bayindir, who was heavily linked with a move away. We know Tom Heaton signed a 1-year contract. We got Dermot Mee signing a new 2-year contract. I don't know what that means for his role in the first team squad, but we'll see what happens there. Onono is off to Trabzonspor again for another year now loan, but we've also got some rumors here about a goalkeeper. Let's see what the old Laurie of the Whitwell has had to say. Carl Darlow, close to signing for Manchester United. 35-year-old keeper will provide support for Senna Lamens, with Altai Bayindir expected to depart. Darlow leaves Leeds as a free agent, making a rare switch from Ellen Road to Old Trafford. Oh, Ellen Road is full of sheep. Sorry, I won't. It's hard for me not to sing that song when I talk about Leeds. I don't know what you guys hear. So Danny says Darlow he had a good season with Leeds. Yeah, as backup, you do what you got to do, man. I did read that Leeds had offered him like a 2-year contract, but he turned it down. He's a backup. He's free. And he's homegrown. So really, it's about the math when you count it up. I mean, I don't know what kind of math you're using, wrong kind apparently, but to me, that's 5 good things. Free counts as 3. That's why it rhymes. I didn't make it up. Maybe, but no, I didn't. So really, it's about the math. But I said before, when it comes to goalkeeper, backup keeper, we don't need to go out and spend money like some of these other clubs have done. I would have been fine too with a loan, but I mean, getting someone like him on a free is just fine, in my opinion. There are a couple options out there. I'm not going to worry too much about it. But again, he's free, and he does qualify as homegrown. So that helps us out as well when it comes to the... I know we were linked to like Sam Johnston as well. I don't think that's going to happen too. So Tobias says young players should avoid Chelsea. They take... Yeah, I mean, that's one thing Chelsea have never seemed to get right? What to do with the young players. They bring him in, and they like Romeo Lavia. You remember they signed Romeo Lavia after like one good season at Southampton. They signed him for a lot of money, and don't know what happened to him. And then obviously Andre Santos. They just don't like, and this is what I don't get, Sebastian, about United fans who are freaking out anytime Chelsea or City announce a signing. Like, why are you using anything Chelsea or City do as any sort of measuring stick? Those are like the last 2 clubs that you should use for any gauge or any comparison, because they're the 2 clubs. One of them is under crazy investigation, has technically already been found guilty by UEFA, but time limitations have kept that one under wraps. And Chelsea still have charges after the other charges they've already been found guilty of. Like, don't use them as the metrics. Now, people are like, well, we should just pay up now and we'll deal with the consequences. Do you really want to do that? Do you really care that much about just getting that star player and then like getting a ban or getting a fine? Like, it's not your money. Like, you can keep moving the goalposts all you want to. Like, our owners are shit, but at least we're not cheats, and I'm happy with that. I'd rather have shit owners than cheat owners. So y'all can think whatever you want. That's fine. I'd rather have shit owners than cheat. I'd rather have better owners and owners that don't cheat, but you can't get it all in a perfect world. So it is what it is. But so Cara Darlow, coming in as a backup goalkeeper, going to serve as Senna Lamens' understudy, which is fine. I'm fine with that. Don't really care that much. She's not really going to play. I mean, how often do you see? This isn't Louis van Gaal, Mourinho days where we have a whole separate keeper for Champions League. Maybe we'll throw him in for like the Carabao Cup or something. Not to like lessen that competition, but maybe that's something we offered. I don't know. If you turn down a 2-year deal at Leeds to come in on a free here, I mean, that it is what it is. But we'll see what happens. In other transfer news, look away if you're a big fan of Johan Manzambi at Freiburg. I know a lot of us were big fans of him. I talked about him in my World Cup scouting report special, but it does sound like he is pretty much going to be on his way to Newcastle. Especially if they're losing Bruno Guimaraes, which it sounds like they could be doing, they're going to need someone in that 8 kind of creative role, and that definitely seems like Manzambi is going to do that. So looks like Manzambi to Newcastle is all but done and dusted. They also got another player I like in Basamana Torre as well, which is it's sad. It's like these players that go to Spurs. Like, I don't know what you think you're doing. You're just gonna look at Jan Visa, look at Anthony Elanga, look at these guys, man. Maybe there's a chance with Newcastle splashing all this money that we can get something, but they're also selling a lot of players. I mean, they got a lot of money for Sandro Tonali, which like hilarious. They're probably laughing all the way to the bank for that one, same way Leicester did when we paid 80 some odd million for Harry Maguire. Doesn't mean Harry Maguire is bad, but 85 million is just a little ridiculous. Or however much we end up paying for him. And then, yeah, Bruno Guimaraes, that's like 150 million in Newcastle's pocket there. And so, which is, they needed it. They spent a lot of money for not great players in recent years. Oh, they forgot they sold Anthony Gordon too. That's nuts, man. This is Vitek. I mean, yeah, we knew Deep Vitek was leaving. I mean, again, it's if he's not going to be part of the first team squad, if he's not really got a chance, you just sell him, because otherwise you're just going to see him drop his value. You can maybe send him on loan for another year, and maybe that'll put up his value more, but that's literally the only other option you could do at that point. Danny says, Torre, Manzambi, and Piss watch him sign Sangari, Kamara. Yeah, they were linked to Kamara. We'll see. They do need some help. I think that they could definitely improve on Joe Linton. They've got a lot of older players, too. I know Trippier is gone now. I don't know. Did they get another right back? I don't remember now. Livramento is injured. He missed the World Cup as a result, so I don't know how long his injury. You can't rely on Dan Burn at left back all season, which seemed to be what Eddie Howe was doing towards the tail end of the season. I'm not sure why he wasn't playing Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall, if you're not happy with that situation, we'll happily take you at United. I'm just saying, we could definitely do with another left back, in my opinion. But we will see what's going on. Yeah, Dan. Yeah, absolutely. We need to start doing like Real Madrid do, and just put on these massive sell-on clauses. Because you know for a fact, if Vitek continues this trajectory, he will probably in a couple of years probably be like, you remember when Pickford was at Sunderland and then he went to Everton? It'd be something like that, where I think Vitek could easily go for a lot of money. We did get a decent amount of money for Dean Henderson when he went to Palace. I think we could do the same with Vitek. I think we should definitely hold out for like 10 million. I read 8 million last week, and again put in a 50% sell-on clause, and you could be looking at easily 10 million in profit down the line as well. So 20 million over the course of the next couple of years, potentially for Vitek, with the initial fee and the sell-on included. I think that would be an excellent piece of business personally, but who knows? And speaking of sell-ons, we could also be set for another little windfall. We spoke last night about Palestri and Mason Greenwood, but apparently Alejandro Garnacho is not wanted at Chelsea. He is potentially a player who could be leaving this summer, which, I mean, color me surprised, right? And like I said, we do get a little bit of a sell-on too if he's sold. It's not much, but we do get a little bit, so every little bit helps. Again, I had such high hopes for Garnacho. I thought he looked good. He scored some very important goals for us. Obviously scored in some cup finals as well. This is, again, why I've said many times, you need to make sure these players, especially these young players, check. I mean, there needs to be social media training for young players especially. I know these players have like teams and stuff, but there need to be social media training, and there needs to be some sort of a stricter rule involved when it comes to social media for players at the clubs, because we can't have situations like Garnacho and Sancho and all this shit happening, because Garnacho just started acting like an absolute idiot. I don't know if he's bought into his own hype. I don't know what. I mean, maybe the Puskás was probably the worst thing that could have happened for his ego. I wouldn't tell you. I don't know what his home life is like. Are his parents still in the picture? Was his father going on? I couldn't tell you. I could rattle off a long list of correlation between fatherlessness and crazy behavior from young men, but we're not going to get into that. But the numbers are there if you want to look them up. But it could have been so different, is the point I'm getting at for Alejandro. If he just stayed off social media, realized that he's 20 years old, he wasn't the finished article yet like he thought he was. Maybe we could have done a little bit more, but it is what it is. You could put an argument down that maybe Ruben Amorim was not the best coach for him, or Rashford, since neither of them really looked like they ever acclimated to playing as one of those 10s. They look like they are more comfortable maybe starting wide and then cutting in onto the right. Cunha is much more comfortable. Cunha and JJ Gabriel are cut from the same cloth in that regard. Like, they both on paper will play as the left wing, but they're way more comfortable in those channels, in those spaces, receiving the ball, dropping deep to receive the ball in more central areas, and able to kind of create space, resist the press, and drive that ball forward with some footwork and some skill. Like, that's what I think is needed in that regard. So, who's in here? Ian, of course, not happy with the Newcastle news. Yeah, we'll see. As far as I know, the deal is done between the clubs, like in terms of like verbal agreement. We'll see. I mean, again, another club could come in and just swoop in, and maybe he'll want to go to them first. It just depends on if we're in for him. That's all that matters. Like, if we're not in for a player, we're not in for a player, whether we really like them or not. It's just the way it works sometimes. I could sit here and talk for hours about players I wish we were in for, but if we're not in for them, it doesn't really matter. We have a plan. Other clubs have a plan, and sometimes that involves these players, sometimes it doesn't. It's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Gotta have a short memory as a United fan with some of this kind of stuff. Really, as a football fan, because it's easy to fixate. It's easy to get mad. It's easy to write off the summer and blame everybody under the sun when a player you like goes someplace else. It's part of it. I could do it with Bazemana Torre. I choose not to. So it is what it is. But we are about 15 minutes from kickoff, y'all, in this France vs. Morocco World Cup quarterfinal. It is a 2022 semifinal rematch as well. Mbappe is on the hunt for his golden boot as well. He is in the race right now. I put up that poll the other day. I completely forgot to look at it. Let me know in the chat who you think is going to end up with the golden boot at this World Cup. I think the leaders are Mbappe, Messi, who else? Is Kane, Holland and Kane, I think, are the top four. I think Ousmane Dembele is in there as well. But let me know who you think could be coming home with the World Cup. I'm going to turn on the game now since it just populated on my thing. I got to turn this down, though, so I don't get too much of it in my ear. What else happened today? United dropped some news on the stadium, but it's not really anything that we didn't already know. I mean, it was a lot of different mock-up designs and kind of visualization and diagrams and whatnot. And it's not anything we didn't already know. We just spoke about that a couple of weeks ago, that the new stadium now has a new location. It is no longer in the Freightliner stuff. It is at a different location, which is a little further from the existing stadium, but really it's not that much further. It's like 3 football fields, American football fields. So it's not that far. It's actually closer to Media City, really close to the walk bridge to get to Media City. So I can imagine that there will be some sort of tie-in. I think the whole regeneration thing is now called like the Stadium District Wharfside or whatever is what they're doing. So again, it is part of a larger regeneration project that's going to purportedly bring some homes and some stores and jobs and all this kind of stuff, all the kind of stuff that they have to promise in order to get the public behind it. And most importantly, to get the government behind it. Now, again, the government is not financing the stadium, despite what the media or some haters will want you to believe. The government is just funding the overall project. The stadium funding is coming from United itself. So just trying to remember there were literally BBC was trying to get some YouTubers to come on the air and basically lie and say that the taxpayers were going to be funding the stadium. Like, it's just not true. So don't believe it if you guys hear it. But it is what it is. Ian's getting a prediction. Yeah, get your early predictions in too if you guys want. France, Morocco. I'm gonna go 3-1 France. I did not see Saibari in the starting 11, and so I think that in itself is telling. And that was going to be the big difference maker. He was so key for them in the group stage, and it definitely pulled up an injury, obviously, and it does not look like he is fully fit. I didn't even check the bench. Yeah, he's on the bench, so maybe he could come on second half, maybe 20 minutes to go. Maybe he could pull something out of it for Morocco. But I'll go 3-1. I think France they're too good, honestly. The problem is maybe trying to squeeze all the best players on the pitch at once. I do think that you have to make a sacrifice. I think that midfield is probably their weakest point. When you've got just Kone and Rabiot, like, how are you getting the ball from midfield to the attackers? You probably need to bring on somebody who can actually make a pass. Tchouameni not playing today, or not starting today, it looks like, either. He is on the bench, so I would have played, you've still got guys like Barcola, Cherki on the bench as well. Akliosh is in there as well. If it gets down to the nitty-gritty, they could bring on Thuram, and just put him in the box and tell people to put it in the mixer. N'Golo Kante is still in the squad for some reason, even though that guy has got to be about my age at this point. That's nuts. Yeah, I'll go 3-1 France for this one. You guys, make sure you like and too. Make sure you subscribe. And I see a lot of people watching want to make sure we get this channel going and show you guys the appreciation you deserve by getting those likes up and get the new subscribers. We are on the road to 4K, so we'll get there. If you're just tuning in, we're doing this France-Morocco thing. Got about 10 minutes to go to kick off. If you are a Legends member, I did post a Andre Santos deep dive video earlier this morning, so you guys can get a little bit closer look at what he's all about, the new Man United signing. We went through some transfer news as well, so you can go ahead and keep a lookout for that when we're done here as well. What do you guys got here? Ian says, Sabari not fitting up to start. Brahim Diaz back for them. Yep. Brahim Diaz, yeah, he's such a conundrum, man. I've seen games where he looks almost unplayable, and then I've just seen none. The problem is Madrid signed too many of the same player, basically. Him, Goulet, Mastantuano, they're all basically the same player, and there's no need to have all of them there. I mean, it's one of those guys is definitely leaving. Another one's probably going to go on loan. I mean, it's Odegaard all over again. Odegaard, barely kicked the ball for Madrid, and some of that had to do with his attitude. I heard he was a little bit of a dick at the academy. Thought he was too good for it at 15, 16 years old. But well, I say, man, young players, you give them the world early on, they're going to expect the world every day after that. So it is what it is. And if you were just joining too, I might have to dip out for a hot second if I get a phone call. So if that happens, no worries. I'll just mute it. I'll go take my phone call, and then I'll be back. So hopefully, everything goes smoothly. Let us know how your day going, guys. Did you enjoy that day off from the World Cup yesterday? We did. We had that really long episode of The Kickabout last night, which was a really good one. If you haven't watched that one yet, please go do so. It was a banger. And then, yeah, like I said, Legends, get that Andre Santos video today. Tomorrow, that'll go live for everybody else. It is a perk of membership. No, I'm not holding out for money. It's more about showing my appreciation for the Legends members who support the channel with that membership level. And that's all there is to say about it. We have a lot of other perks for a lot of the other members as well. There's a WhatsApp group for the starting 11 and the Legends members. Those memberships also get to pitch in with suggestions for scouting reports as well. You guys know I do a lot of scouting reports, so you guys can have a say in those as well. If your player is picked, you put on there, do a little scouting report. You get a little shout out and you get a little member pick icon as well. So always trying to give back, always trying to show my appreciation as well. Danny B, I think you are pretty much leading the World Cup Fantasy. We do have a World Cup Fantasy League for the channel as well. And Danny B, or Irish Pit Terrier in the chat, he is basically on top right now. I think he plays a lot of fantasy as well. Why is the interesting? Sorry, I just noticed. I thought somebody was on the pitch that's not listed in the 11. I'm trying to figure out why. It looks like Amrabat, but Amrabat is not listed in the starting 11. So I might have to change something real quick. Hold up. No, he's not. He's not. He's just walking out. He's just wearing the same shit. So it is what it is. I trust Vivell, but if Vivell were director of football, I would feel a lot more at ease. But because he's not director of football, it's I wonder how much power. Clearly, you can't ignore the connections here between Andre Santos and Christopher Vivell. Like I said, he was at Chelsea for a while. He's the one who brought Andre Santos to Chelsea as well. And if nothing else, just trust all the outrage from Chelsea fan, man. The bitter tears going on. They are all literally seeing their ass about this. So we'll see. I'm still going with 3-1 France. Ian is going 2-1 Morocco. Interesting. We'll see what happens. For a second there, Danny, when I did the Jason Wilcox replacement video, I almost thought of throwing in that extra kind of trick option of Christopher Vivell as director of football. You think at some point he's going to want to maybe make that step up. He's still very young, so it's not like he needs to now. He can really continue to build his portfolio and be a part of something, but you think that would be the next step, right? Director of football role, or sporting director, whoever you want to call it. You got to move up. You got to move onward, and it's not necessarily just ambition. It is a sign of of recognition for years of doing your job and doing it well. He's got such good connections in the Yelin Academy over in Mali. Obviously, we're connected to a lot of those players. If you haven't watched my Mamadou Sangare video, go learn a little bit more about it there. And obviously, this Andre Santos thing as well. So, Ian says he's listening. Had to pick back up my phone, so I can completely agree. Trust Christopher Favela. Yeah, get those earbuds in, Ian. Don't want you to be rude to the family though. So, but if everyone is over watching, Ian, make sure that everyone comes over right now, hits that like button, and subscribes. I want to see the subscriptions go up by like however many people you have at your house right now, man. So make sure they all whip out the phones and do it. I don't care if it's your 80-year-old nan. Show her how to use the phone. Better yet, go buy her a phone and create a YouTube account for her and have her do it. I mean, I don't ask a lot. I just ask you to do all that stuff. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not though. Do it. Talking. It's very hot today, so it is not a fun day today. A lot of going on. A lot of running around going on today. Clients tomorrow. My wife gets back into town tomorrow, so I got to go pick her up from the airport because, you know, she wants to come home and see her family and all that stuff, I guess. So I got to go do that in the afternoon. Don't know what time is this kickoff tomorrow. I might not even be able to watch this match tomorrow. I have to watch the replay tomorrow. Yeah, replay is literally right when I'm going to the airport. So we'll not be watching Spain versus Belgium live. We'll be watching that one tonight, but Saturday is going to be a banger. 2 games on Saturday is going to be awesome. And then we get a day off Sunday. We get a day off Monday as well. So that's a little bit nice to do. It's nice to get a break from the World Cup every now and then. It's really hard to schedule shit around these matches. At least we're not in group stage anymore, where there was a match literally like every 3 hours. It's much better. So don't know how these players are going to see in this red smoke. That's a little ridiculous. It reminds me of being at a Detroit City FC game. If you guys know, you know. Try to watch a Detroit City game on ESPN Plus sometime. Just find one to replay and start it from the beginning, and you'll see what I talk about when I talk about the smoke, because that shit's nuts. Cool thing is about Detroit City FC games, though, is that the stadium, I don't know, no, they're moving to a new stadium. The old stadium is right next to a railroad track, and every now and then a train will roll by and blow its whistle at the crowd. It's pretty cool. Let's see. Danny says, do we sign a third midfielder next or move elsewhere? What do you think? Well, chat, what do you guys think? Are we finishing the midfield project? Here's what I think. I don't think the midfield rebuild is 100% done. I do think we'll get a third one. I don't know if the third one necessarily will be our next signing, if that makes sense. Barada was very careful when he sat down with Andy Mitten last month to talk about maybe not doing everything right off the bat. Opportunities can pop up later in the window. You want to be able to make sure you've got some wiggle room to make those happen. So as clubs are signing and their players are maybe wanting to leave and whatnot and things shaking up, you never know what could happen. Maybe Newcastle go and spend a bunch of money and there's an opportunity to go get Lewis Hall because they need some more money. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe we could throw them Harry Amas on loan or something and we could say that one is. But let's see. All right, we're about ready for kickoff. But yeah, what do you think? I do still think we need another midfielder. I wouldn't have minded someone like a Bruno Guimaraes to come in and kind of round out the midfield prod. You got your veteran, you've got the Andre Santos, you've got Cobby as well. It can't just be like Sander Berge and that's it. That can't be our midfield of Ederson, Cobby, Sander Berge, and Andre Santos. We need somebody a little more polished, I guess, than that. But I'm struggling off the top of my head to think who I'd bring in. There are a lot of players. I still think I would prefer to see someone because we've got, again, Santos is more defensive, but he's able to play those line breaking passes. Ederson is a bit all arounder. He's a kind of player, and Finn on Stretford Paddock kind of said it perfectly earlier, that he is a kind of player, kind of like Euro when we're kind of defending a counter. Ederson is the kind of player who you trust to maybe defend the counterattacks a little bit better, cover that ground a little better. Cobby, obviously, we know what Cobby does. I would like someone like a Wharton or an Angelo Stiller or something as the next signing. Angelo Stiller, Wharton, I like what they do. Ball progressors from deep, both decent on the back foot as well. They can hold their own. If we're playing against high lines and you want to get that ball to exploit space quickly, I think that is the kind of midfielder that I really, really like. But you never know. But Danny doesn't know what to think anymore. Yeah, I would like to see a second striker because I do think we need to improve on Xerxes, and I do want a left back as well. I would like to try to get a really good left back and look for another striker personally. I don't think we need a left winger as much as we need a left back, but I'm not united. So, and I might be wrong, but we will see what happens. All right, kickoff about to happen here. My neck is killing me. did not. It's one of the, I told you guys, I'm at that age when one good night of sleep means 2 days of a fucked up neck. And that's what happened. Slept really good last night. My neck is absolutely done today. Absolutely done. All right, last chance, you guys. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. If you want me to, I can go ahead and put the scoreboard on there for you on the screen. It's really up to you guys. I figured you guys are all watching it, so it doesn't really matter all that much. To me, it's really just up to you guys if you want to now. So if you want the score next to it, go for it. If you don't want to potentially get a spoiler alert if your stream is behind, then don't say you want it. I don't know what to tell you. How are Chelsea also getting another left back? They've got too many players, man. I know they lost Cucurella. They picked up that one right back. What are they going to do with Gusto? What are they going to do with Reece James? I do like Mateo Del Blanco. Obviously, I did a scouting report on him a long time ago. I feel like I did that. Maybe it wasn't my left back video I covered him. There are a lot of left backs out there. We are kicked off, you guys. We are kicked off. France versus Morocco. I'm going to maximize my screen so I can watch it in full. Yeah, Del Blanco is good. Barco is good. Barco can also play in midfield as well, which is nice. France building up out to Jules Koundé, who I did like a lot when he was at Sevilla. I don't like him as at right back, though. If we still had Amram and we played a back three, Jules Koundé would be excellent as that right-sided center back, but it is what it is. But yeah, Del Blanco is very good. There's some good players out there. One of the ones I scouted a while back, Flavio Nazinho, actually I saw got picked up by Monaco. He was at Cercle Brugge in Belgium. He will be another one I think will go in a couple of years. He's only 22, I think. Had a really good season at Cercle Brugge, and he got picked up by Monaco as well. So some good left backs out there. Joaquin Saiz is another one I like. Ian's pick from a rebuild went to Real Betis, and that was Fran Garcia. He went for peanuts, basically. They bought him for a song. That could have been a really good experience one as well. Physical, fast, absolutely rapid. Then it says young Escobar playing first team at Vélez, similar to Leon. Nice. Yeah, we still got Diego Leon. Diego Leon needs a loan. Harry Amos needs a year of no injuries for me to start considering him as an option personally. Kukonki needs a couple loans most likely as well. Montato can play on the left. Kamasin can play on the left too. Both of them are probably better on the right though. Who's the other one? I always forget the other one. The other right back that was on loan for a while last year. Oganai. We still got Oganai that can play on the right too. So got a lot of players in there. Brahim Diaz. It's got to be a foul. Bref didn't even play advantage. Interesting. Is Issa Diop actually Moroccan, or is he one of the diaspora players? Remember we calling this the Diaspora Cup now these days? That was a good little touch there from Tybee. So both teams kind of feeling each other out a little bit. Stepping in, feinting. We'll see. Koundé on the ball. So this midfield pivot of Thuram and Rabiot just doesn't really... It's not really super convincing. And is there another better left backs than Luka Dean? So I just don't think Luka Dean is that great. I know Teo got injured. Like, they need to get some better left backs. They not have someone in the under-21 squad. France's under-21 squad is probably good enough to get pretty far in this tournament, honestly. It's nuts how many good players come through France. Saliba on the ball. Is it too petty for me to want France to lose just because I want Saliba to lose? Is that too, like, united rivalry? I don't think there's any such thing, to be quite frank with you. I did the same thing with Brazil. I get Cunha back early, and Gabriel and Allison look like idiots. Sign me up. Sign me up, man. Doesn't really seem like y'all want the scoreboard. I can put it on, though, because it's not really going to take away from it, I guess. Mbappe with a shot. Interesting. I'm going to go ahead and do this real quick. I'll just put this up here. I'm not really going to look at it, though, so it doesn't really make a difference. But Truffert is French. That's a good shout, Danny. France just kind of peppering the goal for a second here. Morocco defending for their lives. Let me look up if Truffert. He sounds French. He came from Nice, I believe. He is French. Good eye. Good eye. I don't want that on the screen. Slow problem with FootMob is having it open like that. There's so many ads and stuff on there that it slowly kills the computer's performance. So I'm not going to put that on there. Let me put this over here. So everybody got planned for their Sunday, Monday of no World Cup. Doué on the ball. I really like Doué. Oh, that's Mbappe. Tell you what, these away kits for France look really good. Upamecano, that was not a great header from Upamecano. And that's the problem when you're on the back foot. You got to jump on the front foot and put that power behind it. That's very clever from Diop. Knew Mbappe was offside, so he didn't want to play it and put himself under pressure. Well done. It's experience right there. Can make myself a little bigger. Why not? How far did everybody have Morocco going? I told you I didn't have them winning it, but I said that keep an eye on them. They could be a dark horse. Norway are also a bit of an unknown quantity as well, so don't sleep on Norway. Both teams are into the quarterfinals now. Who else has been shocked by some of the eliminations? Germany, Brazil, Turkey were probably my biggest shock because I thought Turkey were just better than Australia and the U.S., but apparently not. But it's out here for a Morocco throw-in. Olise, where's Olise playing? I haven't even seen. Is he playing centrally? See, Deschamps, man. Just play the players in their best positions, bro. It's not hard. Like, playing like what Norway did with Sorloth was weird. Who else did something else the other day that I thought was weird? It didn't make sense to me. We could still get Bouati if people... I do think Bouati could be a little bit redundant, though. He is definitely not a ball progressor. He is just kind of a defender, which is fine. Big up Rob Taff. Rob in the house. How's everyone's fantasy team looking, Rob? I activated my wild card. I don't really know how to use it, but it said I needed to activate it, so I just did it. So I told you guys, I don't do fantasy sports ever, so you're at least guaranteed to probably beat me in this league. Although I'm not last, so there's that. I think I'm above Dylan, so that works for me. I just don't do fantasy sports ever, so it is what it is. Morocco just kind of cycling it around the back here, trying to get this ball forward. France doing a really good job of cutting off passes through the middle pitch. There's a balloon on the pitch. Somebody step on it. It's always funny when they step on it just to pop it. It's hilarious. Bouati's trying to step on it. You say that, Rob, but I literally don't know how to use it. So does it just mean I just keep making transfers all I want to? I have no idea, honestly. Somebody have to let me know. I figured I picked a strong team, so I might as well just stay with it. I don't really see the need for transfers. This is another reason why fantasy stuff is not great for me, because it's a lot of involvement and stuff. I'd rather just do the bracket, one and done. If it works, if it works. If it not, then it is what it is. I don't think I've won a single week. That's fine, though. That's fine. Not mad about it. You're mad. I'm not mad. Stop with the ref cam, dude. Seriously, it's so stupid. Who sat down in a room and said, you know, it would really be fucking fire moving forward in professional football? Ref cam. Because everybody wants to play freaking VR as a referee, right? Like, why? You remember when, I think it was FIFA that tried, the video game tried to have like manager cam? Like, what the point of view is like on the in the dugout. Like, no one wants that. No one wants that. Like, just like we want more options if you make a manager. We just don't want you to add shorts. No one's creating a manager in FIFA and saying, you know what I want? Put me on that Mike Phelan drip. I want some shorts on the touch line. No one does that. That's weird, man. It's weird. Give us some better options for managers, not just 8 different shades of the same baggy ass pair of dress pants. It's stupid looking. Ooh, Kefren and Taram in with a good challenge. Crucial challenge. Get that wall wide to Due. Back stick. Oh, he went for the shot. Yeah, we knew he was going to do that. A really good challenge there from Taram. Rabiot. People over the whole Rabiot mom situation. That was about like 8 years ago. So I'm sure I was over it a long time ago. I still would have taken him on a free a couple years ago when we were linked with him. But always curious to see what people think. Apparently that whole thing has definitely cooled down in the last several years, which is fine. But you got a runner, man. Get your head up. Put that ball forward. Yeah, Buwadi. Is Buwadi like the youngest player in this World Cup? That's nuts, man. I would take Buwadi, but there's no way he can be like our final midfield signing. It's just not. We need somebody a little more polished in terms of experience. He would be like signing Lenny Euro again. Like, maybe not one right now, but one you pay a little bit more money for to get in. Maybe if the Ederson thing for some reason doesn't go through, which for some reason a lot of people seem to think it won't, don't know where that came from, maybe go get Buwadi instead. I'd be up for that, but I think it'll be Ederson. Andre Santos, obviously. It sounds like Andre Santos will sign tomorrow. That's nuts, man. Oh, Rabiot. Speak of the devil. Is that a late hit on this? I say late hit like it's the NFL. He's Tom Brady or something. Late hit. 10-yard penalty. Still first down. Yeah, he's gonna stay down. So again, we're kind of seeing again what we saw in the group stage, where teams are not putting a whole lot of pressure on the ball. They're allowing their opposition to kind of slowly build up, but they're all just sitting a little compact. Both France and Morocco are doing it. France just pulling an Arsenal right now, trying to work this ball around the opposition third. Ooh, that was a shit ball from Saliba. Fuck off, Saliba. Hope they score now, dumbass. How is that not a foul? We've seen Casemiro get a second yellow for that same exact challenge. That's some old bullshit, Granddad. Brahim Diaz he's not going to call it back. They're not going to intervene for a yellow, man. You're just going to have to get up, dude. Mbappe that was such a bad ball. Such a bad ball. Elise, just get Elise on the ball, man. Mbappe needs to be in the box. France just need to get a ball in the box. Quit dancing it around, waiting for the perfect ball. Go on, Maz. Did Maz get some hair treatment done? Is that why he shaved his head? Is that what we think? Or he just decided to shave his head because it's so effing hot in the States right now? I don't know where this game is at. Where is this game at? Where is this game being played correct today? This is at... Oh, this is at Foxborough. It's in the... Danny, what's it like over in Massachusetts, man? Is it hot over there? This is right down the road from you, man. Why aren't you there, Danny? I'm a little disappointed in you. You can make it up for me if you say you got to go see the Pats play when Tom Brady was still there, because that's awesome. That's my team in the NFL. The Power used to be when I used to watch more NFL. Well, only because of Brady came through U of M, which is like 15 minutes down the road from me. So big up Tom, the GOAT. The GOAT. See, why are we passing so many balls going backwards, man? Just get this ball forward, dude. I think, Rob, I think people are completely misconstruing his statement from early on in the group stage. I think that there was nothing in that kind of stuff. 95 today, fucking nuts. Yeah, it's pretty hot here. Should have ran up to the cottage today. It's always 10 degrees cooler at the cottage because it's right by Lake Huron, so it's a nice and breezy. Tickets cost. Yeah, well, welcome to FIFA, man. I was on one the other day. I kind of went on a little bit of rant. FIFA getting too heavily in our politics, getting involved in situations, i.e. the Flo Balogun red card suspension. I agree that it should not have been a red card in the first place, but if politics are getting involved in that, and that's the reason why it was suspended, then I definitely don't agree with that. But I don't think it should have been a red card. I think that was very, very harsh. And I'm not the only person who said that. Gary Neville also said the same thing. Might be the first time I've ever agreed with Gary Neville about anything. So if that's not secretly in the Book of Revelations, then I don't know what is. But yeah, when Gary Neville's not trying to do punditry or like commentary, it's fine. I just don't like him as a pundit or commentator because he's so miserable all the time. But he's good for, stories about what it's like in the dressing room and what it's like working with different teammates and Fergie and whatnot and that side of things. I listen to Brad Friedel before I listen to Gary Neville. Brad Friedel is actually incredibly smart. Wayne Rooney, very good insight on things as well. Gary Neville, no. Paul Scholes, no. Nicky Butt, Roy Keane, no. Rio I can tolerate. Rio I wish would be a little bit more loyal to United and not praise rival players so much. I think he gets a little too fanboy for me at times, but that's just personal preference. It's not really anything objective to that. So, but who do you like? What ex-players do you guys like for your analysis and your punditry? I find myself agreeing with Simon Jordan about a lot more and more. Not necessarily about analysis, but like just thoughts on certain things, which is so weird for me to say that. I don't know what minute you guys. I'm on the 16 minutes and 20 seconds is where I'm at this point. Rob says British punditry seems to be aimed at the negative. Maybe is that just a British thing? You guys just finding reasons to be miserable? Or is that just a United thing? If you're part of United at one point in time, you just got to be miserable. Remember when Gary Neville's whole punditry was basically just blame everything on the Glazers for like 8 years? That was all he did. You remember when the United stand, it's the first time I'm going to name drop them by name, but as it relates to Gary Neville. Remember how many years who on the United stand was literally bashing Gary Neville? How many years he said Gary Neville's too much of a coward to come and debate him, and then lo and behold, flash forward to a couple months ago, and the overlap buys the United stand. So I guess money talks, don't it? Berbatov's hilarious. I'll tell you who's been hilarious this World Cup has been Zlatan. Zlatan's really grown into his kind of personality. The more he's been on camera, he's being a little more Zlatan, and he's a little less stiff now. He needs to get some new shoes though, because his feet, I don't know, maybe his feet are just small. His feet look way too small for his body when he wears those baggy ass pants. When he's rocking the zoot suit, man. Yeah, Rooney is good. If you can understand what he's saying, Rooney's good. That Scouse accent takes some translating, though. Need to put the closed caption on. Need to put the caption on. Event. I'm pretty sure when I had the caption on for Rooney at one point, the caption just put the emoji like, I don't know, bro. You tell me what this motherfucker just said. I have no idea. Rob says Alan Hansen was well known for it. Jimmy Hill might have been the first. Yeah, that might have been a little before my time. Trying to think of who else is good. Alalis, not great. Tim Howard lost all his cool points when he mistakenly said the Glazers have put money into the club. He can go fuck himself now. Landon Donovan's boring. He's just a boring voice. I'm just not a big fan of it. You could listen to Landon Donovan talk for an hour, or you can take an Ambien. They're both going to do the same thing. Ambien will probably work quicker though. Roy Keane is just... Roy Keane just is... I used to really like Roy Keane, just like his personality, but the stuff that he did with this year with Bruno was just OTT, man. Like, he was wrong. He's doubling down. He's just like, it just gave me some stubborn old man vibes, man. And I just can't abide that kind of stuff. So, Keno, Scholes, Nicky Butt, I just don't get their whole agenda this year. It was so weird. Scholes and Nicky Butt. I don't know who's worse, man. But just the personal shit that they were doing. And then, like, Keno attacking, like, Michael Carrick's wife. Like, what the hell was that about, man? Seriously. Like, grow up, dude. How old are you? How old are you? Seriously. Both teams still just feeling each other out here. We're a couple minutes away from the first hydration break, most likely. So we'll see. We will see what happens there. Hydration breaks are basically just tactical timeouts these days. At this point, that's all they're being used for. Remember, I told you that FIFA made about $500 million from these hydration breaks alone. The ad time, just the hydration breaks alone, ad time, they made $500 million for, and they paid 480 million FIFA to host. Fox paid 480 million for the broadcast rights, and Fox will make 500 million just from ads for the hydration breaks alone. So it's absolutely nuts, man. Absolutely nuts. Ball in. Oh, such a bad header. Such a bad header from Rabiot. DeBasi says none of them are technical. Strangely, the most technical part comes. Yeah, and that's the thing I was saying a couple of weeks ago is like Carragher, as far as tactical stuff and analysis, he's actually much better. But again, at the end of the day, it's Jamie Carragher, so it is what it is. Martin Keown is just as transparently pro Arsenal bias as it gets. He's literally, he might as well just be sponsored by AFTV or Martin Keown, which is fine. I don't mind former players kind of back in their club. Like, I wish Gary Neville would do it more, but you cross a line into where you're just twisting everything and you're ignoring convenient truths just to suit your pro Arsenal agenda. Then it just becomes like transparent, and it's just like a bit cringy at that point. France, final ball from France has been shit so far. Yes, it's just 22 minutes in, but it's been shit. Really bad ball. Some bad. That Rabiot header was garbage. Not as direct as I think. I don't know why the tactic today if you're gonna just put it in the box, why don't you just start Thuram then? Just put Thuram as a 9, hoof it in the box. Like, someone cut inside and take some shots. Move the ball a little faster, man. But let's see what we got. Foxborough, man. I've always wanted to go to Foxborough and watch the Patriots. I've got a Wes Welker jersey around here somewhere. I might have gotten rid of it though. Because I really liked Wes Welker. He was really good. I loved Randy Moss when we signed Randy Moss. That was great. That was such a good. Yeah, he's so bad, dude. You see him like when he's on TalkSport with Jim White. Jim White, another one I can't stand. He is literally like this snowflakey, woke, just drama queen. I cannot stand Jim White. Maybe it's not that I'm like a fan of Simon Jordan. Maybe it's just that sitting next to Jim White, Simon Jordan just always looks like the most reasonable, intelligent person in the room. Because Jim White just gets on my nerves. But then Mark Keown, when they're talking, and he's just sitting there scrabbling notes, and I'm like, what are you writing, dude? Like, your grocery list? Because you're definitely not writing anything you're saying, and anything you're saying is just stupid. Talby, I think I scouted Talby a while back. Who are you playing that ball to, man? There's nobody there with you. Cut it back and wait, idiot. This is getting a boring Mac here. Morocco, you got 5 players getting forward. Get the ball into the box, man. Let's go. It's too slow. Corner. Morocco corner. Like, who are Morocco's threats without Saibari? They didn't bring En-Nesyri with them for some reason, which he would have been excellent to have on the pitch right now. Quick corner. Brahim Diaz ball in and to nobody. Like, did people just forget how to cross in the quarterfinals? Is that the rule? Is it like one of the little boosters in the fantasy team? You just pick one thing to fuck up at. Today it's crossing. Like, France are too many players back too. Like, France, like, take a chance, man. It's been a little too defensive this World Cup and these latter stages so far. Everyone's too afraid of losing. And now France have about 10 players behind the ball, so this is awesome. This is tournament football, though, right? Cup competitions. Not a whole lot of risks being taken. Bawadi venturing forward into the box, just not creative enough. France on the counterattack. Olise, do a bust in the gut. Good ball from Olise. No help. That's a pen. That is absolutely a pen. Mazraoui, what are you doing? Mazraoui, why did you go to ground? He knows it too. Are they going to try to call this back for a foul on Hakimi? That's the only reason this could get chalked off here, this pen. If Doué gets the ball, that's not a foul. But if he doesn't get the ball, it's a foul. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, it's a horrible decision by Mazraoui, Danny, but that's Mbappe definitely looked like it looked like that Harry Kane one from a couple weeks ago. It looked like Mbappe was already going down before, like he's just anticipating it. And people will say like, "Oh, he was playing for it." Well, yeah, but then the other person fell for it. That's the point of it. Rob, do you get points if a player in a team wins a pen? VR check. They're checking it. This looked very similar to that Harry Kane decision that England did not get a penalty for. Yeah, it was. There was contact, but like Mbappe is going down on the left-hand side. Like his left leg is the one that he started going down with, and the left leg was the one that did not get any sort of contact whatsoever. So he starts with the left, and then he kind of trails his right, which is the one he gets contact. It's like he trips over Mazraoui instead of Mazraoui tripping him. That's weird. You don't get minus points for. I remember that used to be a Premier League thing that you got minus points for that. That's interesting. Interesting. This will probably be the last play that gets us to the hydration break. Mbappe with a penalty. Mazraoui brings him down in the box. Very soft in my opinion, but it is what it is. VR checks over. The penalty is given. We are live at Foxborough, home of the New England Patriots. I need to get me one of them throwback jerseys for the Pats too. Those throwbacks are sick. These France jerseys are nice too. I don't know if, is that gold or is that orange? I'm not a big fan of orange, but if it was gold, that'd be pretty cool. All right, let's go. This ref's getting sweat or something in his eyes. Why is this being delayed so much? Just let him get on with it, man. It's been like 2 minutes. This is ridiculous, man. Looks orange. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that now. Orange ruins it for me. What is happening? This is ridiculous. Okay, how long is this going to take for this pen? This is embarrassing. That looked like it stopped. Oh, that was such a bad pen. Thank fuck you don't get minus points for missing pens. I've had Messi. Messi's missed about 2 right now. What a bad penalty. That was so bad. What a bad penalty. That was got to be the worst penalty I've seen at this World Cup so far, other than Davison Sanchez and Manuel Kanji. Those were shit, but those are center backs. Speaking of, I did get some proof from Opta. Opta on LinkedIn put out a post today that in World Cup history, the conversion rate from center backs taking pens throughout the history of the entire World Cup is only 62%, which is 7 or 8% less than the next player. So don't let your center backs take pens, ever. 62% conversion rate in the entire history of the World Cup. But yeah, Dabasi, I remember he had a really strong World Cup in Qatar, if I believe. That's what that World Cup that Morocco jumped from like 27th, 28th in the world rankings to like 12th. What a crap penalty. I wouldn't say that that's Buono as much as I'd say that Mbappe fucked that up. Now here's the thing, like Danny says, the delay. There is a statistical correlation between the amount of time when a penalty is awarded and the amount of time the penalty is taken. Oh, anything past like a minute or something, you're already seeing a decrease in the likelihood of the penalty taker converting the penalty. So in my opinion, before VAR gets involved, before anything, if you're going to award the pen, you should award it, let the kicker take it, and then you check the VAR after. And then, because you can always chalk it off, and that's not going to impact anything. But the longer you wait, if the advantage should go to the kicker, right, the kicking team, then you want to maintain that advantage, and you start taking away that advantage the longer it takes. Now, people will say, "Oh, it's lucky, it's a dice." It's not necessarily. There's a really good book behind me called 12 Yards by Ben Littleton. You should read it. It's really good. John Terry was terrible at pens. Yeah, he was. John Terry was also terrible at not being racist piece of shit too. So there's that. But if you guys are just tuning in, you guys, it is still 0-0. We go into the first hydration break with Mbappe missing a pen that he himself won after Nusayr Mazraoui brought him down in the box with a very stupid challenge. It was soft, but it's still a pen. It is what it is. But we'll see what happens. We still got the rest of the first half and the entirety of the second half to go. So make sure you like, make sure you subscribe if you guys are new as well. Take a second, jump over to the United vs. Everybody online store. We've got some new designs. I'm wearing the newest design today. I picked this up a couple weeks ago, got it in after I designed it. It's really fun. Obviously, you got United a bunch of times, and then going diagonally, the letters are red, so it also spells United. You did miss the 20% off that ended a few days ago, but nothing in there is super expensive, so go check it out. But what a shit penalty from Kylian Mbappe. He should be ashamed of himself. See, they're talking about it right now. He literally asked, how long is too long? Yeah, just award the pen, let him take it within like 10 seconds, and then check VAR. Do all that after, it's fine. You don't need to do this before. It doesn't make sense to me, but yeah. If you're going to be all super nerdy about pens, jump on Amazon, go get you a copy of 12 Yards by Ben Littleton. His other book, Edge, I also have behind me, is a really good book as well. Go check that one out. That's the book I cite a lot when I talk about constant manager turnover and how that negatively impacts individual player development. And if you look at teams like Chelsea and United and some of the players that have been there for a while who haven't quite developed, like Rashford, for instance, it starts to make a little sense. So, Dembele with a shot just wide. Good. I mean, did really, really good to set himself up for the space in that. It just didn't get his foot enough around it. Leaning back a little bit, you could argue. Yeah, he was leaning back. It was a bit of a lazy technique on the shot, unfortunately. But if you guys are watching on X, jump on over, hit that like button. You don't have to stay on YouTube, but consider jumping over to the YouTube and hitting that like button for me. I do appreciate that as well. The hell? What is going on here? Dylan being a stato in the WhatsApp group, you guys. Yeah, Dembele was leaning a little bit, didn't get his foot around it. Cloud cover coming out here at Foxborough. Buati doing really well to escape some pressure here. I like Buati. He wants the ball. He trusts himself on the ball, which for a defensive-minded midfielder is not super common. Most of these guys just want to do their defensive work these days. But, yeah, the boss. That's what happens when you don't get your foot wrapped around it and you're leaning back a little bit. When you're leaning back, obviously you're not going to get your foot around it as much as well. Yeah, it's pretty boring. It's just, what it is cautious. It's overly cautious in here. One of these teams need to, and we knew this is going to happen. We saw in the group stage how compact these teams were. There's no space to work with. Like, But at the same time, you're not going to win. You might nick a little 1-0 or something, but you need to just go ahead and get it done, man. Saibari, they're definitely missing. If I guarantee if Saibari were on the pitch right now, this would be very, very different right now, because Saibari is that guy who's going to receive the ball, and like Cunha, is just going to turn and drive, like a Rayon Cherki or something. He's just going to turn and drive no matter where he is. Give him that ball in the final third, and he's going to make something happen. He's that good. Well done. Well done, Buwadi. Ah, and then that final ball from both teams has just not been there. Yeah, so bad from Rabiot. Who are we talking about? Kone? Which Kone are you guys talking about? Oh, Manu Kone? Is that who's playing today? It's not. It's Kone. Is it Taram or Kone? I get him. Doué's on the ball, winning the ball back. Oh, Doué wins a corner. He shot right at the keeper. What a horrible shot. Do I keep saying Taram when I mean Kone? I do that. Yeah, I have. I've been saying Taram this whole time. It's Kone. My bad, you guys. Now I gotta make sure I didn't put the wrong name down in the team news down there. That's funny. But you guys do that, you just kind of go with the wrong name. I think I did that the other day as well. No, I had it right. We're good. I see it down there at the bottom. Why didn't you guys correct me? That's basically the live stream equivalent of having spinach in my teeth, and nobody said anything. Nobody had Sean's back. That's fucked up. I'm just joking. Let's see. Morocco trying to build up again. France kind of getting in their own way here. Jeez. Speaking of injury to Kone just trying to hurt himself by just running into people. Jeez. No, I know who you were talking about. You were talking about Kone, and I was like, who are you talking about? And then I realized, oh, wait, it's Kone who's playing. I thought it was Kefren Taram for some reason. So, no, you're good. That was my bad. 289 watching, guys. Make sure we hit that like button for me, please. It makes me feel all warm and fuzzy. It's free. It helps the channel get to 4K subs. We're just about 100 or so away. Would love to get there before the transfer window closes. Got about a month to go, you guys. So, or actually, we got like almost a month and a half now. Maybe we'll shoot further when the season starts. I believe in you. We can do it. Yeah, Goumet would be good. Is he a little too similar to the players? I would like a ball progressor personally. We've got an all-arounder who's quick in Ederson. We've got a little bit more of a defensive-minded player in Andre Santos, who can also thread a ball. He's not going to be playing a lot of long balls, but he can play these line-breaking passes, Santos. And we've got Kabi, who's press-resistant, who can drop deep and collect the ball. He can carry it himself. I would like someone who can get that ball from his own third to the final third, or at least 20, 25 yards up the pitch with a pass, like an Adam Wharton or an Angelo Stiller, or like what you've seen like Frankie de Jong do back in the day. Like what Bruno was doing when he was playing in that midfield with Casemiro to start the last season. So, Rob says, FPL player prizes normally drop during the quarterfinal week. Well, I'm not getting one of those. Let me tell you that much. Oh, player prices. See, now you see typos, man. They can ruin it for me. I thought we were about to get prizes. Yeah, Dabasi, like a playmaker, but more of, again, like someone who's going to pick out the teammates. Doesn't need to be like Bruno, who's going to play that ball that's going to lead to a shot necessarily, but someone who can get that ball from deep, like what Adam Wharton does, for instance, or like Angelo Stiller. They're still good off the ball too. Like Stiller and Wharton's defensive numbers are not bad. It's just not what they're known for. And we've got enough players, I think, who are doing that. And Stiller would be cheaper. He's a bit older too, so maybe he'd be a little bit more experienced as well. But I do really like Adam Wharton. I think that Adam Wharton, in terms of a player of that profile, is probably the best available right now. He's just also going to be probably twice as much money as Stiller. He would be a big statement signing, though, Adam Wharton. And you guys know I've been railing about Adam Wharton for a while now. What a boring match this is turning out to be. This is so boring. But I would say Portugal were definitely terrible. I don't think Roberto Martinez knew what to do with that midfield. I thought there were so many players for Portugal that were playing that were all basically the same player, so it just didn't make sense to me to play all of them together. But yeah, Bruno didn't have a great tournament. And it's not even like he did anything bad. He just wasn't really involved. But I do think Portugal just weren't good because Roberto Martinez is just not good. Oy, that was a decent opportunity there for Morocco. What were you doing there, man? Who just headed that ball way out of there? Is that Saladin? Dude, that was awful. Yeah, I like Stiller. It's you could almost toss a coin right now. I say almost because if I had to choose, I'd still go Adam Wharton, but I don't. At this point, I would take Stiller as well. It's the same kind of profile. I'm surprised he's still at Stuttgart. I mean, I thought he was definitely going to be Bayern bound. Losing Goretzka, they could use a player like that, I think. But maybe he'd go to Dortmund or something. Maybe, who knows? I could see him going to like Inter or something like that too. But yeah, I like Stiller a lot. Rob, I think would be in the best. I mean, I can't imagine that the drop off from Bruno from the season he had last season to starting is going to be that much. I think that Bruno is just one of those players who is just going to keep going for a while. Bruno can still play that level for the next 2 or 3 years. I think for real. Yeah, I don't think Roberto Martinez is a good coach. I thought I had Portugal winning it because I thought they just had the personnel, but the caveat I threw in there was that Roberto Martinez is that X factor that could ruin it, and I think he did personally. Then he says 55, 60 million. Didn't he have I thought I read he had a release clause or something. Didn't he have a release clause, Angelo Stiller? Angelo Stiller release clause. Let me see. Reportedly, that's right. That's what it was. So he has a release clause, Angelo Stiller, of around 40 million euros, but the caveat is Stuttgart have a option to buy that out. So Stuttgart themselves can pay 2 million euros to basically cancel the clause. But he's still expected to go for somewhere around 50, 55 million euros, which what is that, 43, 47 million pounds? So again, I don't worry too much about the price when it comes time to paying it. I do worry about the price when it's overpriced for a player like Anderson or Mateus Fernandes or Tonali. Because you're paying it in installments. It's not going to hurt you too bad, but it's just, on principle, I'm like, that's just too much. That's just way too much they're not worth that. Now, there are players who I think that if they're that unique and they're that outlier in terms of what they do, then yes, you go get them. I think Adam Wharton is one of those players. I'm not saying spend 130 million, but I don't think Alex Scott is one of those players because you can go get Sangari or somebody and they'll do the same exact thing. Ugume would be a good ball progressor from deep. I think his ball progression numbers are pretty good. Let me look this up. Look up Ugume. Ugume at Sevilla. Yeah, his ball progression is pretty good. He plays a lot of forward passes, a lot of progressive passes. He also wins a good amount of possession and duel. So Agume would be a good option. He can pick a pass from deep. He's very good at it. Let me see. I need a reminder sometimes of Mamadou Sangare. Mamadou. His are very good as well. Yeah, Sangare would definitely be one to go and get as well. Interesting. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I don't know why some of these managers take these international jobs. Just go get David Moyes, Scotland, if you want someone who's just going to go and get it done. Just make every country use a coach from their country to go do it. Go get David Moyes. Go get Eddie Howe. Go get these guys, man. Eddie Howe for England, by the way. This game is going to put me to sleep. Ugh, that's awful. So bad. Deschamps got to be. This has got to be his last World Cup, right? Didier Deschamps. He's probably gone after this. Who could take over for France? Do we think? I know a lot of people think Zidane can come in. How weird of a career trajectory would that be for Zinedine Zidane? Go from the Castilla, and then you basically guide Real Madrid to 3 Champions Leagues on the bounce, leave, come back, and then just don't do anything for like a decade. And then you're like, I'll just do France. Well, why not? Griezmann. Is he at Inter Miami now, Griezmann? Is that what I saw? Yeah, Ancelotti could have done well with this squad. I think this squad, this France squad, more so than the Brazil squad, are probably set up more for the way Carlo Ancelotti plays, his style. I don't think that his counterattacking is really well suited to Brazil, personally. Brazil like a lot of ball of feet. They like the players to actually get on the ball and do something with it. Ooh, just a little bit overcooked that ball. All right, we are 5 minutes away from halftime, you guys. I was just Scotland is badly set up. Problem with Scotland is the same problem with the U.S. men's national team, is that their best player on their team, or at least the star player on the team, is just that can't be like McTominay can't be your best player as Scotland. They just can't. Christian Pulisic can't be your star player as the U.S. men's national team because he's just not good enough. Tillman, that team should be built around Malik Tillman. Yeah, you just can't. Dunk, big Dunk, he could do it. He could definitely do it. What is Elise doing? Oh my gosh. Elise can't play centrally. What is Deschamps doing, man? Whoa! Was that Luca Digne? Damn. Damn, that was a good day. You see the dip on that shot? That was a really good striking technique from there. Look at this. Oh, it like wobbles in the air too. Woo! Woo, that was a good strike. He definitely got fingers to it. Jeez. Yeah, he gets his fingers to it for sure. That should be a corner. Oh, it came back out, huh? All right. That's a fun game to play. Which national team managers could take over if the rule was they had to be a player from the nation themselves. So what are we thinking? I mean, that's basically what Germany do already. So that's just the way the Germans roll. France have had the same manager for a while, so I guess you could say they do it. England just don't really care. Doué with a brilliant little take. That's interesting. Yeah, Doué was trying to buy one there. I mean, they're both holding. Who do you award the foul to if both players are holding each other's shirt? Like, they weren't even looking at it. That's so funny, man. That's funny. And we are 2 minutes from halftime here, you guys. There's too many defenders back already. There's no help. Ah, jeez. Got caught between two minds. Just, they're having the same issue that United had for the longest time when remember we had Højlund. All these wingers for France, they're inverted wingers. They're not wingers. They're not going to put that ball in for Mbappe. They're all going to want to cut inside and shoot onto their foot. So Dembele was trying to do it. Doué's trying to do it now. Mbappe's not going to see this ball unless it's in a counterattack and a build-up. Jeez, Morocco got to put somebody in the box, man. This is embarrassing. They have like no striker. Wow, I'm surprised they gave that as a handball. That's wild to me that they gave that as a handball. He was so close. It had to be just because he put his arm up. Yeah, if he didn't, why did he put his arm up? Rabio, you're so stupid, man. Why would you do that? Oh my god. 30 some odd year old player and he's making like a freaking rookie mistake there. That's nuts. All right. This is probably going to close us out here. Hakimi setting up on this free kick just outside the box, right hand side here. Then I have a left footer who can just put this on target. You don't have players to get on the end of this. Someone just needs to strike this. He's going to curl this to the right, and it's going to go top bins on the right-hand side. Told you. He was off target. I knew what he was going to do. Just shit. That was shit. He came at it, first of all, he came at it way too far from the left. He needed to come at that just a little bit straighter if he wanted to get his foot around that. All right, taking that off. We're at halftime, folks. Well, still 0-0. If you guys are just joining in, kind of a boring game, if I'm going to be honest. Neither team really being super, super direct. France trying to get something going on counterattacks, but it's just not working out. They've got too many inverted wingers, not enough players who are going to try to find Kylian Mbappe. And that's Deschamps. Again, team selection has not been great from some of these managers. We saw it with Portugal as well. I think Norway almost shot themselves in the foot playing Sorloth as a right winger, for instance, too. Trying to get some of these players just going to have to sit down. I get there's a hard balance between trying to get all your best players to give yourself the best chance, but also picking a team that is going to make sense, like a team, right? Do you want to put out a team or do you want to put out a bunch of 11 players who are good players? I don't think that works. I'd probably sacrifice one of Dembele or Doué. I'd probably bring on an actual 9 as well. Drop Mbappe either to one side or the other and go from there. Rabiot needs to get off the pitch. He and Kone together, they're basically the same player. Do they not have any better players? I would bring on Cherki as well. I think Cherki needs to do something too, because Cherki is one player who's going to unlock this Moroccan defense. So they're playing El Kanous as a 9. This is ridiculous from Morocco, man. What are they doing? You can't have one player go down injured for this tournament and then completely screw yourself over. Amrabat's down there. El Kabi. Yeah, they don't really have... I mean, Gessim Yassin has had a pretty decent season, I thought. Wasn't he one everyone was talking about not that long ago? Yeah, it's just not good enough for Morocco. I don't know how they've got this far. They don't have great players. I would, you know what, just risk it. Just risk it and bring on Saibari. That's all you need to do. Danny says 5 players in fantasy playing this game. Nice. I haven't even looked and see what mine looks like. I know I got Mbappe, maybe Olise still. I don't remember. I really don't remember, to be honest with you. 301 watching, guys. Make sure you hit that like button for me, please. I would love to see the likes and the subscriptions. Again, if you've got some time to kill, you can, if you're a Legends member, you can cruise on over to the channel, and there's a Andre Santos in-depth deep dive video in there right now for the Legends members. That'll go live for everybody else tomorrow, but Legends do get early access. That is a perk of membership, you guys. Let's see what else we got here. We're talking a little transfer news to start the show. If you guys haven't seen that yet, please go ahead and check that out when you get a second. Just making sure I get it. Let me check my fantasy real quick. And if you guys are playing the World Cup fantasy, Danny is probably still leading because he's just a fantasy master. I somehow have -7 points. I don't understand how that works. Someone want to tell me how I have -7 points? Rob, if you're still listening, mine says -7 points for the quarterfinal. How? How do I have -7 points, dude? That's nuts. I better not. That's dumb, dude. That's really dumb. How do I have -7? Rob, get in here and tell me how I have -7 points. I don't understand how that even works. Told you guys I don't do fantasy. Did I break it? I broke it somehow. How do I have negative 7 points? I don't understand that. Hold on, I gotta go check this now and see what we're working with here. Yeah, I don't understand it, guys. Oh, well, if that's the case then, Danny, that's stupid because I don't know how else to activate it other than click on it and activate. I thought I did do that. I already did this. I'm done now. I already confirmed all these. We're done. I don't understand how this works. I'm looking at next week. I click to activate. Like, I have the team I want, so why do I need to make... It's, like, forcing me to make transfers. I don't want to make transfers. It doesn't make any sense to me. All right, well, I'm not going to do it then, because that's stupid. It's too complicated. I give up. Everything sucks. Nothing is worth anything ever. So, still 0-0. Really stupid. Horrible, horrible pen from Mbappe, if I'm being honest. It was just, like, it was so weak. So weak. Well, that's dumb. See, this kind of stuff ruins it for me, Danny. Like, it shouldn't be that unforgiving. It should be a little bit more clear on how to do stuff, and then it shouldn't be so punishing when you don't know what you're doing a little bit. That's a little ridiculous. I thought it did the wild card boost. I clicked on it. I don't know what else to do. Like, at that point, it doesn't explain anything. It's just like, I don't know. It is what it is. I give up. Everything's the worst. Let me see this again. Yeah. So Mbappe, he did get the ball, but... No, I mean, sorry. Misraoui did not get the ball, but Mbappe definitely looked like he was already planning to go down when that slide came in from Misraoui, but you can't give the referee a decision to make, so... What you gonna do? Zlatan doing Zlatan things. Does anybody else besides me miss the ponytail from Zlatan? Because I miss it. I was worried there for a second that it was the source of his powers, and that's why he was a little boring to start this World Cup commentary, but he's grown into it a little bit. Made fun of Alexi Lalas a couple weeks ago, so that always endears him to me when that happens, because Alexi Lalas is just boring. Alexi Lalas, man, back when he was playing, looked like a character from the TV show Vikings or something. It was nuts. Or like a character from the movie The 13th Warrior. You guys see The 13th Warrior? It's a banger. Go watch that if you haven't yet seen it. It's legit. Watch it with your boys. Get a fire going, get some beer, and watch 13th Warrior, and you guys will want to run out and start fighting people. Well, I'm not even using the app, Ian. I'm doing it on the computer, so if it's going to dock me 7 points for apparently not, like, being forced to make transfers, like, I don't understand it. I just activated to activate it, so it is what it is. But someone explained to me how wildcard works, because apparently I didn't do it right. But this is why I said to start, you guys have a pretty good chance of beating me, because I don't know what I'm doing. But I wish the website would be a little bit more helpful, huh? It is not. Ugh, my neck is killing me. Slept on this thing wrong, and now I am just done, man. Absolutely done. Still got tomorrow. We got a game, and then Saturday there are 2, and then 2 days off. So it's gonna be a little interesting. And what's everyone gonna do with their life without World Cup to watch in the weekend and no Premier League, no nothing? Probably just keep hitting refresh on the Twitter timeline to see if there's any rumors. So be prepared ahead of time, Sunday, Monday, for silly season to really get off in full gear, because that's going to be nuts. You know, the press can't abide a lull in the news, so they're just going to make news out of nothing. So don't fall for it. Just keep your head down. I'm tired, man. I should have made coffee, but it's already 5 o'clock. Jeez, where did the day go, you guys? Where did the day go? I mean, that's pretty much everybody's default, it seems like, today. What's going to happen, Danny, is, like, you're going to see, like, Liverpool sign a player on the weekend, and then United fans are going to freak out like we haven't pretty much signed 3 players already. It's just... this is why you just got to stay off the internet, man. Like, it's just a good advice for everybody. I am talking a lot. My throat is killing me. How'd they find time to shoot all these commercials? Jeez, man. All these players are in all these commercials. Shouldn't he be training? I don't get it. Do not get it. Yeah. Spain, Belgium tomorrow. Probably won't be able to watch that live. Like I said, I got clients, and I got to go to the airport, pick up my wife. Pretty much leaving to go do that right when that kicks off. So if I'm lucky, I might be able to catch the second half, but probably not. She's been gone for a week, so she's probably gonna want to like talk and stuff. I guess whatever. You know what it is. Yeah, I did that, Rob, and then it like I was just trying to do it again, and then it was like, yeah, make your transfers, and I'm like, I don't have any transfers that I want to make, and so apparently it doesn't fully activate it if you don't actually start making transfers. I don't know. I didn't need to make transfers. Weird. But it cost me 7 points in the negative, apparently. So I got to get 7 points just to get back to neutral now. Freaking stupid game. Done. I give up. No one's getting a shirt. No, I'm just kidding. I'll get you guys a shirt. It's unfair. But it is what it is. How is Gordon Ramsay? Is Gordon Ramsay, like, does he actually have, like, a job, like, cooking? Or does he just only does TV shows for people who want to be chefs? Is that just what he does now? Has anybody ever been to a Gordon Ramsay restaurant? Are they actually good? I have not been there. So I think he's got someone like Las Vegas. Does he have any in the UK? I don't know. I don't roll in those kind of circles. Always taking suggestions for good spots in Manchester, though. I'm always looking for places to eat. I'm still trying to find a really good fish and chips. If anyone has the place that they like in Manchester, always on the lookout for that. Ian says the best fish and chips is not in Manchester. You got to go closer to the sea. I'm sure he's right. It's kind of like seafood here. I'm sure Danny's got better seafood over where he is than I'm going to have in Michigan, unless you count perch, because perch is banging. And the same down south. You go down to like the Keys or Louisiana, get some crawfish or something. Well, I thought I did it, apparently, but it kept making me do transfers in order to activate it. So I just don't know, Rob. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. I thought it was activated. I made some transfers, and then apparently it penalized me for it. So I give up. The whole thing's ruined. Nobody's winning anything. Cancel everything. Sometimes I wish the halftime was not as long, but it is what it is. We're gonna put this back in here now. So I know Bono saved the pen, but it wasn't a good pen. Like, if we're all gonna be honest with each other, it just wasn't a good pen. It was a shit pen from Mbappe. Well, this is garbage. Sorry, I'm totally enthralled by this movie trailer right now. I don't know why. It looks so stupid, but I can't look away from it. What is this garbage? Forgotten Island. Interesting. DreamWorks Forgotten Island. Rated PG. In theaters everywhere. Danny says, there's a Gordon Ramsay burger place in the North End by Boston Garden. Not too bad. Interesting. Burgers are getting a little dicey for me. I mean, I sound so old and cheap, but like, burgers should not cost $20, man. Like, it's ridiculous. And then I got to pay extra for French fries. Like, that's insane. I can go down the street to a place that's been where it's been since like the 50s, and up until recently still only took cash, and I can get a bunch of burgers, some amazing fries, and like a pop for like $8. And they're the greasy burgers. Like, it's so good. Like, why would I go anywhere else when I can just go do that for like less than half of the price? Most of these places too, like, their burgers are too thick, because they think that apparently a burger that is 8 inches tall with everything on it is amazing. Like, that's impossible to eat. I basically have to take it off, take it apart, and turn it into a salad. And if you're not using shredded lettuce on a burger, then I don't want to eat your burger. And if you're not putting butter on the bun and browning the bun before, then I don't want to talk to you either, because it ruins the burger when it falls apart. It ruins the burger when it's like a soft, leaky little like leaf of like romaine or something that gets all like soggy and shit. It's nuts. Ugh. Get out of here, Bakayo Saka. I don't want to see you on my TV screen. See season 2 of Mobland coming out soon. You guys are big fans of Mobland. I am. I do like Mobland. Anything Guy Ritchie touches, I'm all over. I love some Guy Ritchie. Gentleman, one of my favorite movies of his. Snatch, Lock, Stock, also great. Some of his other stuff, not been great. The Covenant, that Jason Statham one, those are kind of not great. I do like The Gentleman, though. The Gentleman's a good time. Haven't watched the TV series because I don't have Netflix because Stranger Things is done, so there's no need for Netflix for me anymore. But it is what it is. There's just not much on Netflix. Digne, probably, honest to God, aside from Mbappe, Digne strikes probably the most exciting part of this game, but just needs to do something. Why are they saying he's having one of these days, but Danny's not a fan of Mobland. Well, you turn off the first 15 minutes. I mean, that's not really a fair thing to. I did like Slow Horses when I started watching it, but I only saw the first like couple episodes on the plane, so I didn't get to finish watching it. And I don't have Apple TV either. But anything Gary Oldman is in is a good time as well. He's a Man United fan too, so maybe that's why. Maybe I'm a little biased there, but you're allowed to be biased. It's fine. First season of True Detective. If you haven't yet seen that, like I said the other day, either go watch it immediately or throw away your television. There's really the only two options you have, honestly. Dude, they need to bring on Saibari because they're just lacking that little something in that final third, Morocco, and Sabari was the one who brought it. Like, if he's fit enough to be on the bench, this is the World Cup. You could not make it past this day if you don't take a risk. So go, just put him on there. Just put him on there. It doesn't matter. He's going to Bayern. Bayern can deal with it if he picks up an injury. Just, you got to play him. He's your best chance. El Kanous is not doing it. He's just not doing it, man. And what is this team selection from Deschamps? Are there no other better midfielders? And why bring in N'Golo Kante if you're not going to play him? Just bring in N'Golo Kante and kind of let him just do his N'Golo Kante things. This is hope not. Well, if Morocco don't want to go home, they need to figure it out, man. They need to bring on Saibari. He's their best chance of getting something from. I guarantee you bring on Saibari, he gets a goal or creates a chance. And Deschamps just does not. Deschamps looks like he's just trusting some of these players a little too much. Like Rabiot. Like, were there no better French midfielders than Rabiot? Like, I just don't get that. Don't get it at all. Like, where's Tchouaméni? Was he injured last game? Morocco about to get fined for delaying this kickoff here in the second half. Jeez. Do Morocco seem like the kind of team who's going to play mind games? Because they're taking their dear sweet time coming out, man. Are you really the team who wants to kind of cause all these problems after AFCON? Do you want just you think maybe they would just keep their head down and get on with it? Who won AFCON? I still don't know. I really don't know. Somebody let me know. So Morocco are going to get fined most likely for delay. What did I hear? 3-minute delay to start the second half because they were just having a little powwow in the tunnel. All right, we're about to kick off the second half here, y'all. France kick it off and pull a freaking Luis Enrique and just kick it out for a throw. Dumb. Make sure you liked and subscribed if you haven't yet done so, guys. I know I sound like a broken record, but if you're not promoting yourself, then what's the point of doing anything, right? Didn't think Checo said Barzium on the bench. Yeah, I thought he was done. Apparently not, but again, I said you got to take some risk if you want. It's a different. It could be the difference between going home tonight or playing whoever they get, like Spain or Belgium, in the next round. Now is not the time to wonder about that. Just play them. Why do they keep talking about how many saves has Bono actually made besides that pen? Like they keep going on about it. Like did he have a good half, or is he just made the save? And I gotta check now. He made 3 saves. One of them was a pen as well. So like Maignan has had nothing to do yet. Yeah, this is a really hot day to be having this freaking game, man. This is nuts. Do you guys think that at the World Cup in the hot summer in the U.S. right now that they should care about kickoff times for people who are watching it at different places around the world, or do you think they should care more about the players? Let me know your thoughts. I think they should care more about the players playing in 100-degree heat, but that's just me. I've played when it's that hot, and it's not fun. Jeez. Everyone's just standing around, man. Oh god, this game is awful to watch. See, Waddy's just good at cleaning things up. It just kind of he reminds me a little of Alex Scott in that he just kind of patrols that back area, or like Declan Rice at West Ham. Buwadi, he just kind of floats around, cuts off the long ball, cuts out the pass, makes himself an option. He's not going to do anything flashy. He's not going to go to ground all the time. He's just going to position himself. He's going to anticipate. He's going to read the situation, and he's going to do what's necessary. Sometimes that's all you need. I think that kind of skill, especially for someone who's just 18, is going really undervalued. Oh boy. But maybe it's not, because he's rumored to be, what, 70, 75 million, so maybe he's just the right amount of valued. Offside. Is he offside? Ah. Doué, Dembele, Mbappe, one of those guys got to go on the bench. What is happening right now? This kickoff. Jeez. There we go. Come on, goal kick. Ooh. How many touches did Ulisse need to turn? Like, that's why he shouldn't be playing centrally. Nah, just too far. Just too far. Is that Usman I see in there? Usman, long time no see, my friend. Kone down injured. Welcome back, Usman. Appreciate it, man. Hope you're doing well, man. Let us know what you've been getting up to. Yeah, playing Ulisse centrally is a waste. He doesn't know what to do. It took him. He looked like Harry Maguire trying to turn and find Mbappe on that last attack there. Tchouameni looks bored. Yeah, don't forget to vote for your Michelob. Why is everything sponsored by alcohol, man? It's so funny to me. You have to imagine most of these Moroccan players are Muslim. Like, they wonder how they feel about that. Interesting. Yeah, I don't get it either, Danny. I think it's completely wasted. See, now he's on the right. It looks like Dembele's kind of rotated more centrally now. Mbappe, it almost looks like a front four right now. Like Dembele and Mbappe are kind of playing as a two-way. Elise kind of playing. Yeah, it kind of looks like what used to do under Amram a little bit. Oh, geez, what's happening here? That looks like a handball. Guess not. Let's go. Get forward. They're just too slow. Look how many players France have back now because of this. Jeez. All right, Morocco have a corner. Rob's got a question for everybody in the chat. Now, it's been a long time, Rob, since I've had the kind of time for games like that. Literally, it's just FC 26 now for me. I just don't have the time for that kind of stuff anymore. And that's not a diss on anybody else. I just don't have the time. I haven't played a GTA game since GTA 3 on the PS2, which would have been more than 20 years ago was the last time I played one. I've watched people play Vice City, and I remember really liking the music, but yeah, I haven't played. I mean, I haven't played any of them since the first one for the PS2. I remember I didn't even like play it right. It's kind of like I would just I wouldn't even like do the missions. I would just go steal the fastest car I could find and then just go on let the police chase me around the freaking city because it was more fun just driving fast around the city. I mistakenly once taught my roommate in college because I had my PS2 with me in college. I mistakenly taught my roommate how to get the tank code. Like you put in the code and it would just drop a tank into the city, or like you could drive a tank around. So I mistakenly told that code to my roommate because I just let him use my PS2. And I come back and I fire up the game from after class one day, and I shit you not, I turned on my save and there are about 30 tanks just randomly sitting around the city, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? He had just kept, because he couldn't remember where he left the tank, so he just kept using the code, and he would just spawn a new one, and I'm like, bro, what are you doing? You're broken, man. Who hurt you? I have a hard time getting video games these days just because they're not as good. Like in my day, I would put a lot of time and I would play like old school Final Fantasy or something. But nowadays there's just like I saw they remade Final Fantasy 7, but they split it into like 3 different games and they're charging like $60-$70 for each one. Like that's just ridiculous. Like come on. It's not okay. That's not okay. Somebody score a goal. Like France they're so boring to watch right now. They're sitting, it's 2 banks of 4, it's 4-4-2 off the ball. Like nobody wants to try anything, no one wants to do anything. $100 for a video game is nuts, man. Absolutely nuts. I have played other games. I just don't play them a whole lot anymore. I did play Fallout 3, is it 3 or 4? That came out probably about 10 years ago. I did play that one. And I did play Skyrim, but that came out like 13 years ago. Dewey on the ball. See, what did I tell you? You got inverted wingers. They just want to shoot. It seems like Deschamps just like getting all the shooters on the pitch in the front line, and he's just telling them to take shots. Like, there's not a great angle to try to take a shot from. Yeah, it's dumb. How are my X crowd going on there? 300 some odd watching on X. You guys, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe for me if you guys are new. I appreciate that a whole lot. If you are watching on X, please consider jumping on over to YouTube. Follow the link so you guys can just hit the like button for me. A lot of views on X right now, but I would love to see all the likes get up there. So shoot on over, guys. It's really easy. Just click the link. hit the like button. You can go right back to watching Alex when you're done. But it does help the channel. Makes me feel all warm and fuzzy. Elise on the ball. And Mbappe leans back. A lot of Fat Joe fans out here on the French team right now. They all just lean back. Lean back. Speaking of college. He's offside anyway. Yeah. He's pulling his friggin' shorts off. Like, where was Mbappe aiming at? That was only going one place. You remember when Fellaini took that random shot for us about, what, 10 years ago, and it just completely, like, went the opposite direction pretty much? Still 0-0. Digne, Mbappe, Rabiot, like most advanced player for a second there, which is really weird to see. Saliba, Upamecano, Dembele, Elise. Looks like, and like, why are Koundé and Rabiot the most advanced players for France right now? That's nuts, dude. Just trying to win headers so they can put it back down into one of the other attackers in the box. Mbappe, some crazy footwork there, and a shit cross. Why is Mbappe crossing the ball? Tell you, they need to get Carrick in here, man. Take off Dembele. Bring on Carrick. Carrick is probably a little more adept at playing a little centrally than Elise is. Just play Carrick, man. Let him kind of dribble, do a little one-touch play in those situations. Get some movement off him. It'll unlock Morocco real quick. Yeah, I used that one last round. I know. Apparently, I did that one right. That was such a good little thing from Elkanus there. This is literally like watching the Liverpool City games from 3 or 4 years ago, man. It's just boring. Somebody is gonna be 0-0, 1-1 or some bullshit. Yeah, welcome back, Ian. Yeah, they need to. Barcola would be very, very direct, but his final ball is just not great. Carrick, I definitely agree with. I Carrick needs to come on. All the players they've got in the attack right now are basically the same player. Carrick is just he's going to offer something different. He's not just a pace merchant who's, like an Elise. And I'm not saying these players are just pace merchants, but these players they're wingers, and they're all playing like a front four of wingers. Bring someone in who's actually going to create. He's going to unlock. He's going to carry the ball a little bit. This is nuts. Where are you crossing that to, man? There's nobody there. Did they even look before you put a ball in the box? And that's Mbappe. All right. Deadlock broken. Mbappe gets me some points, although I'm sure pretty much everybody gets some points. 1-0 to France through Kylian Mbappe. He didn't even, there wasn't even much of a run up there. He just kind of stood in place and just placed that shot. Nobody was really getting to him quickly enough. Look at this guy looking like a mime. That's funny. I don't know what Morocco were complaining about. What's that golden boot race up to these days? Is Mbappe still leading it? All right. No, he's still one behind Messi, I think. Oh, that was such a perfectly placed shot. That was such a perfect shot. That was an ollie shot. Remember Ollie used to put those into the side netting all the time? Aim for the far post is what Ollie used to do. Yeah, you and me both, DeBasi. It was scared to a very point. Like, I don't know if anyone's ever fallen asleep during a live stream while hosting it, but I was flirting with that possibility. I was getting super bored. Nope, goal, no handball, goal stands. Mbappe. Ian says, play across the ball. Yeah, Marcus Thuram. Yeah, I would have done that. Need to change it up a little bit. Yeah, Morocco need to change it up too. Just bring on Saibari at this point. Like, why are you not bringing on Saibari? Amrabat will give you a little bit more passing. So far, they haven't had a whole lot of passers from deep. Like, if you're going to take off El Kanu, just bring on Saibari. Why is it but Wadi coming out? Oh, my goodness. Oh, man. This is ridiculous. What's that noise out there? It's like a weird noise outside my house. Sounds like a robot or something out there. Oh, it's an ice cream truck. Ah! Ice cream. It's just a different music than I'm used to hearing from the ice cream truck. That's why I was like, what is this noise? Thought for a second the AI had finally become self-aware and take over, and I told you guys they were coming for me. The Chat GPT bot is coming for me. Yeah, Debasi played well. It's just that, like, it almost doesn't matter because Morocco just aren't doing anything. Like, they're just not doing anything. There's no, like, impetus to get this ball forward. They're just, everyone wants it to feed. Everyone's facing away from goal. Oh! Diop coming in really hard on Mbappe. Fuck, finally. We get a goal and we get some good tackles. It's about time, man. I mean, don't really know what Diop was what thought he was gonna get there. He wasn't no way he's getting there, but Ian says, unfortunately now this plays completely into France's hands. Bad changes from Morocco. Yeah, I don't get those subs at all. Like, just those subs do not scream to me like you're trying to win anything. Those subs scream to me like you're trying to just get fresh legs in midfield. That's weird, man. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a card. Debasi is just, I mean, it is what it is. Dina. Dina, why didn't you put that? See, that was one he needed to put at the back stick. He just picks the wrong cross at the wrong time, man. I don't know why. Like, too many bodies to try to flash that across the box. Just that one needed to be stood up at the back post. Rob says, got white chocolate magnums in the freezer. Discovered them. I don't know what that means, because where I'm from, a magnum is not something you want to eat. White chocolate magnums. I don't know what that means. Interesting. Family show, Sean. Family show. What do we got here, France? Morocco needs to show a little bit more, man. Kone, Kunde. At least he's on the ball. He tried to go for the fancy. Not the time to try that. That was such a bad ball. Who was that? Rahini? Ugh. Why would you do that? Almost looked like that shot from Mbappe took a nick off of Diop's knee or something. Not the gun. I wasn't talking about the gun either. I was talking about condom. Dembele, and it's 2-0 France from Ousmane Dembele. I was going to take him off. Look at that. See, again, once you get up 1-0, though, Morocco have to do something. And now that space is opened up for these players. So now you've got room for all these wingers to run into now because Morocco have to step out. So it worked in their favor. But, I mean, if they hadn't gotten that goal, I would have been definitely asking for some changes here. But, Ian says, the problem with that cross is when he looked up people in the box, so he obviously wouldn't cross. Yeah, I don't get that, man. It's so weird. Yeah, you're right, boss. They'll fire up. I think that goal definitely helps, though, man. Goals change games, and look how open Morocco are now. 10 minutes ago, there would be 5 players in Morocco's defense, and now there's only 3 because they have to put bodies forward. So that plays right into France's hands now. 2-0 France. I'm a little disappointed in Morocco, honestly. You should have just... Like, Brahim Diaz has got to be one of the biggest disappointments ever. You've got to just bring on Saibari at this point. He could still save something from this game. Who cares? Rob's worried about the fantasy. I thought that was Elise, wasn't it? I hope it was Elise. Nope, Mbappe. Well, Mbappe gets a goal and an assist today, so there's that. That helps. My neck is killing me. I need to take some leave or something. Hydration break, y'all. Yeah, dude, if they win the World Cup, France, I mean, he's definitely in with a shout again. I called that last year, but now you add the World Cup into it, yeah, for sure. If they win it this year, I mean, they won Champions League. I mean, I assume they won their league. I mean, they always win the league, basically. Did they win the Coupe de France as well? I don't know how many games. I feel like part of me feels like Dembele was he injured for part of the season? Because he was very, very involved when he won it last year. Let's look at Dembele. How many games did he play? Yeah, he was injured. He only played 22 matches last season. His numbers weren't that great for PSG. Only 10 goals, 7 assists in the league. He got a lot in the Champions League, so that's probably what could help him. 13 games, but he did not play a whole lot in the league last season. So he was about 11 goals less last year. He still had about the same assists, though. So, but Rob says Sabari is injured. I mean, he's on the bench though, Rob. So I'm like, it doesn't matter. The next game does not matter in a World Cup. This isn't the group stage anymore. There is no next game unless you roll the dice. Like, he's on the bench, he's fit. He could be the difference maker. This isn't the Premier League. Like, they need to just play him. This could be their World Cup or not, man. Does not make sense. He's on the bench, he's fit. He's probably the best player you have right now. So you just need to go ahead and put him on. Like, what's the point? He's not, like... It's not like, oh, we've got to play our local rival next week. World Cup, knockout game, quarterfinal. You don't find a way to get 2 goals, there doesn't matter anymore. So put him on the pitch. Makes no sense to me. The Morocco coach should not be worried about how he's going to play for Bayern Munich. It doesn't matter. This is not Bayern Munich. I would care more about Bayern Munich if I were a Bayern fan, the same way I'd feel the same about United. But, hey, Mazraoui's coming home, so that is what it is. So, Zaire Emery, remember when I really wanted him at United? Well, Rob, if you're going to use logic, then I don't know if I can talk to you right now, buddy. All right? Yeah, just play him. They always do 2 hydration break, man. And it's about 90 some odd degrees in Boston, so give me them electrolytes. Give me that yellow Gatorade. I feel like this is just going to be 25 minutes now of Morocco just trying to cut out France attack. This is going to be pretty boring. Losing possession, just happy to hoof it out of play. Hakimi just mugging off two-way. Jeez. It's funny. Man, I wish Amrabat. I wish it kind of would have worked out. It was a bit of a panic thing. We didn't really know what to do with him, and he got stuck playing. I mean, I was at that game against Crystal Palace when Amrabat was playing left back. It was not fun. We didn't really get to see the best of Amrabat till late in that season, and by then we had already decided not to do it. It's too bad. It's just Gary Neville's burner account out here. The Glazers, Glinios as they're called nowadays, I guess. But hey, at least we got an update / not update on the stadium. The same news we got 2 weeks ago about where it's located. Oh, Upamecano. Is that how you say his name? Because it's really bugging me that he keeps saying it that way, the commentator. It's Upamecano, right? It's not Upamecano. That sounds weird. It sounds like a completely different word when you say that. Okay, Morocco with a corner. Pump fake. Oh, pump. Why are you calling it a pump fake, dude? This isn't the NFL. Yeah, that's what I was saying. We didn't really play him. I mean, he's not... The thing is, like, people thought, like, Amrabat, because of that World Cup in Qatar, they thought he was like a destroyer. He's not a destroyer. Amrabat is basically a Michael Carrick. If you watched him and looked at his numbers from Fiorentina before we got him on loan, he's a ball progressor from deep. He is that, like, just that deep lying, not like playmaker, but he is a ball progressor. People just remember that tackle on Mbappe, though, from that World Cup, and they think that that's what his role is. Maybe United thought that's what his role was, too, but again, that says more about our shit recruitment than anything, but no. And because we had all these other injuries, he just kept being like this daily blend utility player. Like, oh, you can play there, right, Sofian? Yeah, I guess so. This doesn't make sense. Does not make sense. Rob says Ten Hag was different. Play Casemiro sent back. Yeah, I don't know what was going on for that final there. Casemiro did not look great in the semifinal, if you guys remember that. In real time, I predicted he was going to miss that pen when I saw the look on his eyes against Coventry, and he sure enough stepped up and completely bottled that pen. His mind just was not on it. Don't know what was going on there. But obviously last year, Casemiro had arguably one of his best seasons ever. Best season for us, for sure. I think numbers-wise, it was like his second best season of his career. Like, I don't even know what happened. It was like completely defied every like expectation, every like common sense. You'd think he's getting older, he's going to have a worse career. It is the best season. It was amazing. I loved it. I can feel myself getting tired. I did wake up once in the middle of the night, which took me, and maybe that's why my neck hurts. I woke up and I was looking at my phone, and I think it just freaking neck. Plus my dog, I got into my bed and I was like leaning up against the headboard in uncomfortable position, but my dog loves basically flopping his head on my chest and falling asleep. And he did that before I got 100% comfortable. And I couldn't, and I was like in a weird position for like a half an hour before I finally moved him. Freaking, he was out immediately. He just, it's like he waits for me and he's like, all right, Dad, lay down so I can go to sleep on you. Mbappe down. That doesn't look good, huh? Is this Mateta coming on now? Interesting. What happened there? I didn't even see. Was there contact? So not taking any risk with Mbappe. They're bringing him off here. Did he get his foot stepped on or something? Maybe he just doesn't care. Maybe they're just taking him off. Just take him off. All right. So Mateta on, Barcola coming on now for, I imagine, Due. Yeah, Due's off. What do you guys make of Barcola? I think I might have included him in my left winger video, but I don't know if that second half of the season was great for him. He had some great opportunities in the Champions League final and in the group stage, and he's fast, he's direct, which I really like. His final decision, his final ball, he kind of reminds me of Rashford a little bit in that way. Obviously, he's still young, but I don't know if we can afford to carry someone like that. But you guys let me know what you make of Barcola. I did not have him in my fantasy, Rob. Like I said, I'm just kind of a set it, forget it kind of person when it comes to that kind of stuff. Pick the team, let it ride. Play the ball. Play the ball. There you go. Back stick. There you go. Oh, see? Not that hard. Football's not hard. Barcola. Zaire Emery. I really like Zaire Emery. He's got something. He's like, I feel like he's the young version of Ederson that we signed. Like, he's just like the all action, getting involved in a little bit of everything, energy. Morocco need to do something. This passing around the back is not going to cut it. Not going to cut it. Nobody wants to be the one. Everyone's just getting it in good positions and they're just laying it off to somebody else. Morocco, nobody wants to be the one to make the mistake. Poor mentality. There you go. Barcola, like, it was the worst ball. Mateta was head dropped back. Why did you try to put that across the... Oh, my gosh. All you got to do is cut that back. Like, he saw everybody stop. What was he doing? Oh, my gosh. Barcola, dude. What was I just saying about his final ball, man? France just need to cycle. Let's pass it all the way back, man. Kill some time, dude. Yeah, I was saying it too. He's very direct. He gets the ball up. He's just that final decision, like, just wasn't good. Like, he saw both the attackers stop. All he had to do was cut it back. Kids. youngsters, what did I said about the young players, man? The most consistent thing you're going to get from them is inconsistency. That's about it. It's just one of those things where, like Rashford, when he bursts onto the scene as a teenager, you just hope that you can see it in the game, like in their game, and you just hope that over time they kind of work it out of their game, and that's the biggest difference. Rashford hasn't worked that out of his game yet, that final decision, and he's 28 now. He's been doing this for 10 years, and that can't happen. That's why I never considered Rashford like a class, like a top player. He's good, but he just doesn't. He kept making the same kind of mistakes that he made when he was a teenager, and that's the problem. 82nd minute we're at now. 2-0 France. Morocco, as of yet, haven't done anything to convince me that they are even trying to salvage something from this match. They did win a free kick just now through Talbi. Is that Talbi that won that? So Mbappe ends the game so far with potentially the winner with a goal and assist. Because he did supply the ball for who scored that other one? Is that Elise? No, it was who won? Who got the other goal? Dembele got the other goal. That's right. Nobody paying attention. Let's go. Hakimi, go. What are you doing? It's too slow. Oh, jeez. Morocco with another free kick here. I don't know if I'd call that a free kick. Got Moroccan fans praying in the stands for something from this. Has Maignan had to make a single save yet? Just go for it, man. Just straight up shoot it, dude. What are you doing? Didn't need to take that touch. Why is Zaire Emery ducking? Oh, man. All right. Morocco have a corner now, too. Now they finally wake up. Could be too little too late, though. That was an Onana save. He put that right back into the box. Maignan. Diop learning from Arsenal here when it comes to set pieces. I love I love how Saliba is complaining that Diop is pushing people on a set piece. Seriously, go fuck yourself, Saliba. Go fuck yourself, dude. Oh, man. Woo! Nicely. That was a good set piece. I like that. That was a really good header. Ball's a little low coming in, but that doesn't matter because he gets to it. Wish they would have brought in El Enawi as well. He's that right back plays for Genk, or I guess right wing back that plays for Genk that I scouted a while back. He's on their bench too. Yeah, he could probably ask Saliba for some tips on how to. I know everyone called Arsenal cheats. I didn't call Arsenal cheats. The problem for me is not Arsenal bending the rules or breaking them in many cases. It's the fact that nobody was calling them on it. So blame the refs before you blame Arsenal. If you're getting away with shit, of course you're going to keep doing it. That's just the way life is for a lot of people. That's why boundaries are important in life. If you need some personal boundaries, the reason your boss keeps calling you and emailing you at 7 o'clock at night is because you keep responding. Stop responding. Your boss will no longer do that. It's not that hard. Boundaries. Have some. Good throw there from Maignan. Elise, someone needs to cut back on your right and just put that back far post for Elise. Too late. Oh, shit. Oh, that was a poor, poor shot from Elise. That was so poor. That was very lazy, that shot. That was very, very lazy. If it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, there's only one thing that it could be: an Arsenal fan. Yeah, I mean, I told you guys, Morocco, keep an eye out for Morocco. And they've done really well to get to the quarterfinals. But did they got to the semifinal in the last World Cup? Did they not? I think this game could have been different. Maybe had Sabari been fully fit, but at this point, you have to roll the dice, man. You have to. He's dressed. He's got his bib on. He can play. It's like, is that Hakimi again? Staying down on the ground, dude. That guy's been on the ground all game, dude. Ah, that was a shit ball from Dembele. Well, Morocco just are not good right now. Their passing is so shit. Yeah, Barkless rapid, but again, it's to this point where you're just like, dude, you got to do something with it. Trying to be cheeky with his near post shot there, Barkala. Thought they got to the semifinals last year. Ian, thought they played France in the semi last year, or in the last World Cup. Oh, free header for Mateta. Free header. There's a prime example of where he needs to be improving his shooting. Also look up. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I said from the start of the tournament when they played Brazil. I asked one of the Moroccans at the pub, in between me laughing and rattling the Brazil fan, I asked him, where's En-Nesyri? Like, where's that striker for you? They've been playing Saibari as like a false 9/9 all tournament, and it's gotten them far, but En-Nesyri is probably your best out-and-out Moroccan striker, and they didn't even bring him to the tournament. I don't know if he's injured or what. The guy at the pub said no, he's not injured, but he is such a good poacher in the series. He's good in the air. He's actually surprisingly quick. He's got a good touch. Like, in tournament football, that's the kind of striker you definitely need at some point too. Just doesn't make sense. Does not make sense. Some of the team selection, in terms of the squad selection, I guess you want to call it, in this tournament has not been great. And I think England are another prime example of that. Team selection has been garbage. Like, Roberto Martinez, I don't know what he's doing with that Portuguese midfield, but cost them the tournament now. Why didn't you put that far? You had a freaking player right side of the box, man. You should have just floated it to him. Morocco running out of time here, folks. I had it 3-1. Somebody put it, I think, 2-1 or something in the chat. I don't remember who that was. Might have been Ian. Ian, I think, had it put it at Morocco winning, I believe. Maybe Dylan was right. This could be another France-Argentina final. Maybe. Can you imagine another final where Mbappe scores a hat-trick and France still lose? That was so nuts. Sometimes you just got to hand it to the other team, man. Sometimes you can do everything you can and they're just better on the day. It's just sometimes that's the way it works. It's just the way it works. When Leverkusen won Bundesliga a couple years ago, it wasn't because Bayern were poor. Bayern actually had more points that season than they did the season prior. It's just that Leverkusen were literally perfect. And how can you... that you just got... sometimes it's... you just got to hand it off to them, and you just got to say, know it, you're awesome. Kunda. Yeah, I don't get a lot of that. Lewis Hall not being in the squad is just nuts. Like, absolutely nuts, dude. Don't get that at all. Do not get that. Like, has Ivan Toney played a single minute of this World Cup so far? Like, what was the point of that? Six minutes. We are about almost a minute into that, too, so... Trent, I mean, you're not going to hear me praise Trent Alexander-Arnold. Although these days Liverpool fans are more critical of him than I am, so... Liverpool fans are weird, dude. I'm just going to throw that out there. They're just weird. Never seen them go from literally one end of the spectrum to another with one player simply because they didn't get a big transfer fee for him. Like, he left for free, so that was somehow some sort of affront to them. Thought you guys still had Coutinho money. What are you worried about Alexander-Arnold money? They gave you a little bit more anyway so he could join them at the Club World Cup. So what's the problem? They got to go to that bullshit tournament and you got a little money for it. Who cares? And yes, the Club World Cup. Any FIFA tournament is garbage. Like, let's just have it right. As I say as we're watching this World Cup. But it's the only thing to watch right now. So I guarantee you if there was an academy match right now, we'd be watching that instead of this. Just letting you know. France still maybe trying to get a third, but they're just not going to open themselves up too much. They're probably just going to cycle it around, wait for the surefire thing, and then maybe put one in there. But my phone call never came, so I guess we're not getting that. Sometimes that's good news when it's medical related. If they're not too big a hurry to give you a call back, that usually means everything's fine. So we're good there. Mateta, just a big, clumsy Timu version of Lukaku. Apparently can't hold on to the freaking ball with the first touch to save his life. Come on, switch it. There you go. I could be a coach. Oh, you just... What were you doing, dude? Oh, my God. This is why it's your first World Cup as a 25-year-old, man. You're throwing your arm out to stop the ball. What are you doing, man? That's ridiculous. Ugh. Ian says it's the 12th unknown 12 genome in the Scout's DNA. It's not the missing link. It's the link that they meant to take out. Oh, man. Telling you, man. One of these days I am going to go full kit to Anfield. Rock up there with a trench coat and then get to my seat and then just take off the trench coat to reveal the full United kit. And then it's just swinging. We're just having a freaking swing fest, man. You guys can take bets to see how many times I get stabbed. Mateta, what was that shot, dude? He just does, like... I don't understand why people like Mateta so much. Like, I just never really rated him all that highly. He just looks clumsy. He looks like the way Andre Onana looked in goal sometimes is how clumsy and awkward Mateta looks. He just doesn't look like... Like, if a ball's in the box and he can just jump and get a header to it or finish it, maybe. But, like, on the ball, he's just not great. You got to do more than just like get on the end of a cross. Like, what is that shot? Is he not left-footed? If you're not left-footed, don't try to shoot with your left foot, man. What was that shot, dude? Oh, man. Oh, well, now they're just hoofing and hoping. Rob says, I'm anti-Liverpool. Loved Ian Rush. Yeah, no. Liverpool, I mean... I could literally do a whole live show just bashing Liverpool for all the reasons. I could do a whole live show just on the Luis Suarez, Patrice Evra situation and the complete disgusting garbage behavior from everyone at that club as a result. We could spend all day talking about that. That's just one thing. Liverpool. Nope. Not having it. Oh, Morocco. Anybody, who else besides Ian had Morocco winning this one? I had my goal differential right on this one. I predicted 3-1. It is 2-0, but this guy they brought on, this left winger is just awful. He's just bad, dude. Oh, he's just so bad. 30 seconds for Morocco to maybe just hoof it. Morocco just Saibari going down was like the worst thing that they could have done after not bringing En-Nesyri to this World Cup. Like, what is this kick? What was the hope here? There's no point anymore. You're done, bro. You too little, too late now. France just about to get it. Yeah, they don't care anymore. Blow the whistle, ref. This one's done. And it is. France beat Morocco 2-0 to advance to the World Cup semifinal, where they will play either Spain or Belgium in the next round. That game kicks off tomorrow, that quarterfinal match between Spain and Belgium. Early predictions for that one. I'm probably going to go... It depends. It depends. If Oyarzabal is having a really good game like we saw in the later part of the group stages, then I think that could be a rout. But if they're having an off game, it could go either way, I still think. But Spain, you got to favor Spain. Spain versus France is a fun little match to watch anyway, but hopefully it's not as boring as this one. But it is France who advance. Hey, that rhymes. If you had any French defenders in your fantasy, you'll get a little bit of a clean sheet bonus as well. But we'll see. Yeah, they did whimper out. There's not a whole lot of great Moroccan players, unfortunately. And unlike maybe like Switzerland or something, or even some of the other African teams, these players today just didn't look like they had the effort. Like the work rate, the intensity just wasn't there. Not having Saibari is a big miss for them. But without Saibari, like who else you turn to? Talbi, El Kanous, it's not going to work out. They needed En-Nesyri, I think, at least in the squad for this tournament, and he's probably the best Moroccan player as far as attackers go. You can't let your whole hope rest on Hakimi, like your right back. They kept trying to find him. He was almost playing right winger most of the time. That's just not going to get you anywhere. So maybe they can convince a few other players to jump ship nationality-wise, and they can start looking at it. But the good thing is with Morocco is that they've got a really good next generation. They did win the Under-20s World Cup. I did feature a couple of their players in my Under-20s World Cup team of the tournament. You guys can go back and watch that video if you want to. I did watch a lot of the Under-20s World Cup. They handled Argentina in that final as well. So Morocco have some really, really good players, some of whom do play first-team football already in different leagues throughout Europe. Next World Cup, I think you're going to see a different Moroccan side. Next AFCON, I think you're going to see a very interesting Moroccan side as well, because some of these players are probably on their way out. But well done, Morocco, to get to this point. They just, it's when you don't have a great squad, one or two injured players or missing players in the case of En-Nesyri can make a huge difference. So Saibari going down was just probably the straw that broke the camel's back for them. So it is what it is, you guys. Yeah, get your early predictions in for Spain, Belgium. If I had to guess now, I'll probably say 2-1 Spain. Ah, the other ice cream guy. Nice. Multiple ice cream guys. But I appreciate you guys for jumping in. Real quick, before I let you guys get out of here, please, please, please make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you've subscribed if you are new. If you're still on X watching, please come over, hit the like button, subscribe for me, please. It all helps. I appreciate you watching on X, but it does help the channel to come over to YouTube and do everything over here. I appreciate everyone for jumping in. It's good just to have a conversation. Like I said, I had some time today, so thought I'd do it. It's so hard to think that it's 6 o'clock. I feel like the day just completely got away from me, but it is what it is. I'm going to go probably play some FC26 and find something to eat. I probably, if as long as it's not too hot, probably go walk one of my dogs too, but it was pretty hot. So until next time, you guys, take it easy, enjoy your night, and probably not going to get to watch the game live tomorrow, but I'll see you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your evening, guys. Stay cool if you're in the hot spots. Stay warm if you're in a cold spot, but whatever you're doing, just stay awesome, because that's what you guys are. Appreciate you guys. I'll talk to you.